Shalom, Israel.
Shalom, Israel. How about Shemiel Shabrakatah? What it do? What it do?
Shalom,
Israel.
Welcome to another episode of Thursday Night Thunder. Shalom.
Thunder.
Shalom. Hey, we hope to bring you another good one tonight. You see, we got a couple different faces on here tonight. But that don't mean we're gonna be any less studious, or we're gonna make sure that we try our best to bring y'all a impactful lesson. Shalom, family. First and foremost, giving all praises to Yahweh, Hashem Yahweh Shabrakatah. Hey, listen. I hope y'all been paying attention to everything that's been going on in these past couple weeks. I know y'all seen the weather pattern. That's something. The most I'm playing a really funny game right now with that weather pattern. But even besides that weather pattern, you know what I'm saying, there's been a couple other things that's been going on too. Me and the brothers were just talking about a few things that have been happening and what we have been noticing in this past few weeks. I thought it was interesting. I'll let the brothers bring out some of the things that they were looking at, but I thought it was interesting that we were all paying attention to some of the same things. Well, first and foremost, before we even do that, Chaz, go ahead. Let people know about Passover, please.
Shalom, everybody. Hope all is well. Just let y'all know, SOT, we will be celebrating Passover March 25th. And if you want to come, just email us at SOTisraelites@gmail.com. Let us know how many people you bring it. And come feast with us, man. Come have a good time. We're going to worship the Most High the correct way. Con.
Hey, we enjoy ourselves when we have our feast too. We're not just out here. We're not just here to feed ourselves. We're here to feed y'all, and we have a good time while we do it. We serve our people, and we thank our people for everything that you've done with us. So come have a good time with us. Come enjoy yourself. You know, come hear a lesson that all of us need to hear. All right.
Gonna be dance battles too.
Who dancing? Who? I want to know now. Who dancing?
This brother really on his work. Like he keep real life been challenging me to a you guys serve battle. I don't understand.
It's gonna be everything. So y'all want to come? Email us. Come feast with us, man. Have a good time with us.
Con.
You
gonna have to ease up on the banana chips too. You're making me hungry.
I can't help it. It's good. I can't help it.
All right, man. Let's get it.
All right, family. Shalom. This is Soldier Barnabas. Tribe of Benjamin. Benjamin is in the house with my brothers. We over here. We about to bring some things, nothing new in the world. We already know that. But there's certain things that we have to remember, all right? Because see, we are very forgetful people.
That's right.
So we gonna bring some things back to memory, to remembrance in a sense. All right. Like first things that we think ourselves. All right. So it's time for our people to be think themselves, man. All right? We had to ask that question. Well, first of all, Salakia, we are a Bible school. So
That's
you
right.
will need your King James Version Bible. You need the Apocrypha, or you might have the 1611 copy with Apocrypha already in there. But notepad, pen, or pencil, and marker, highlighter, so you can take notes. All right? So let's get it.
What'd you say the name of the lesson is again?
Fear to Forgotten. Just bringing it out now. Fear to Forgotten.
Okay. What does that mean?
We used to fear the Most High. We used to fear Yahweh. You know what I mean? We used to fear our power. But it seemed like we forgot his mighty hand. It seemed like we forgot who our Father is. And in that, we forgot who we are. So it's like a domino effect with our people. It's like you have a phone, and without that phone charger, ain't no way for you to get that power source. So like you the phone, but that charger gonna be what? What do you think that charger gonna be?
The Energizer.
He said the Energizer. It doesn't make no sense. Because guess what? That phone, that charger is gonna come like the law. You know what I mean? That's coming like the word of the Most High. We need that to get that charge, but who is connecting us to the Most High? Our power source. You see what I'm saying? So without that law, we don't have no order as a people right now because of that. Because that law was our heritage. That's what we fell off away from. That's what we forgot. We forgot who we were. Even if you look at, like I said, we had to ask, who are we as a people? As a nation of people, who are we? You see, what is your name? Because if you look at it, ain't no other name that we call ourselves, you know what I mean, has a power. There's no power in the name black. There's no power in the name African American. There's no power in the name Trinidadian, Mexican, none of them stuff.
That's right.
Native American, none of them stuff, man, has no power in it. It's just basically like Deuteronomy 28:7, byword. That's all it is.
I got it for you right now.
Peace, a better one.
Yeah,
Preach a better one.
All right.
Go ahead.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 65 and verse 15.
Bring it out.
And ye shall leave your name for a curse unto my chosen. For the Lord God shall slay thee and call his servants by another name.
By another name. You want to leave our name for a curse. You see what I'm saying?
Precept one.
Bring it out.
Come. Just the book of Isaiah, chapter 1, verse 3 and 4. The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib. But Israel doth not know. My people do not consider. Verse 4.
My people do not. My people do not what? Say my people do
not know. My people does not consider.
That's right. We don't even care this stuff right now, man. Our people be seeing us out there in the street. We be out there in some crazy weather sometimes, and they wouldn't even say, okay, well, if it's so important for those brothers to be out there with the women and children to come and bring something, we wouldn't even try to stop and hear what they're saying. They too busy, man. Our people have a lot to learn, man. We run to be wicked. We'll make time for that, for wickedness. But we would not make time for the Most High, man. They wouldn't even try to make time to get understanding. What you got?
Just to let me off what you're saying. Verse 4 basically explaining everything you said. Let me continue. A sinful nation, a people laden with iniquity, a seed of evildoers, children that are corrupt. They have forsaken the Lord. They have provoked the Holy One of Israel unto anger. They are gone away backwards. Just like what the brother's saying, man. It's like we downtown trying to, wake our people up. We ask them, come hear the word of the Most High. They say, oh, no, I got to go do this. No, I got to go do this. I got to do that. It's like they quit to go do evil. Like you trying to spend money on the Sabbath. Like you would have known that's a sin to do that. If you would have just stopped just to hear us for 3 minutes, you would have known that. But instead, we quick to do evil in the sight of the Most High, man. And it's sad. Like you.
That's right. You had something, Yawa?
Yeah. I got Jeremiah chapter 4 and verse 22.
Bring it out.
It says, for my people is foolish. They have not known me. They are sottish children, and they have none understanding. They are wise to do evil, but to do good, they have no knowledge. So it's just like you were saying, we quick to run the evil, but we'll serve the Most High on our own time. We'll serve him when we get good and ready.
Man, ain't nothing more important, than your salvation. You know what I mean? And they missing it. Ain't nothing more important than understanding how to actually love the Most High. There's so much things we could touch on that's just from that one book that they hate so much. You could touch on anything. Ants. You could talk about ants, and you will find something in the Bible dealing with ants. It's so to the point. You see what I'm saying? You can't miss nothing when it comes to understanding, though. With understanding, you can't miss anything. You know what I mean when it comes to the scripture. But we hate that book for everything, man. Right? Because we don't want to learn anything new. It was taken from us in a sense. We basically give it up, but it was taken from us in a sense. You know what I mean? And we just like, okay, well, that's it. We forgot who we are, and it shouldn't matter, right? Because we're comfortable where we at. As a people, we comfortable. You see what I'm saying? We comfortable in our sin. We comfortable in our wickedness. We comfortable in our hell. You see what I'm saying? Like he said in Isaiah 1 and 3, what we do not consider. Bring out that Deuteronomy 1 and 1. Like I said, who are we? You know what I mean? What is that? What is our name? Because any of these other names, you really have no power, right? But Israel have a power, right? Bring it out. Who are we?
Come. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 1, verse 1. These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel on the side of Jordan in the wilderness, in the plain over against the Red Sea, between Paran and Tophel, and Laban, and Hazeroth, and Dizahab.
But the point of that was who was in the wilderness with Moses?
Israel.
Israel was in the wilderness with Moses. All right, that's who we are. That's who we dealing with. It's giving you the heading of the letter, letting you know who is addressed to. And all these different letters, it have a heading who is addressed to. But it seems like the Christian church and everybody else want to forget about those stuff. Those stuff is not important. We will tell you what's important, right? But the rest of them stuff, hey, God's word is good. Well, not that one. Not that one. Maybe this one right here, but not that one. That's how they deal with the scriptures. But this is, like I said, that's who we are. So let's bring it out. Genesis 32.
Come. The book of Genesis, chapter 32 and verse 28. And he said, thy name shall be called no more Jacob, but Israel. For as a prince hast thou power with God, and with men has prevailed.
It gives you a whole meaning of what Israel means. It has meaning, it has power behind that word. You see what I'm saying? It comes with something. That name comes with something. It comes with a law. It comes with our heritage. It comes with something. A lot of times, back in Trinidad, our parents name us. You say like, "What's your name mean? What's your name mean?" You know what I mean? It make you feel a little bit more special because you have a meaning behind your name. Now we just don't give a shit, man. We come up with all kind of names now. You got people named the whole alphabet out there right now. And we just happy because we just I did something different that somebody can look at, right? But we have no understanding who we are. We strayed away from that. Go ahead and bring out the 35, Genesis 35.
The book of Genesis, chapter 35, verse 10. And God said unto him, thy name is Jacob. Thy name shall not be called any more Jacob, but Israel shall be thy name. And he called his name Israel. And God said unto him, I am God Almighty. Be fruitful and multiply, A nation and a company of nations shall be of thee, and kings shall come out of thy loins.
He's letting us know everything. You know what I mean? And this was passed down to generations. This was it came with something. He explained him everything. You see what I'm saying? As long as we understand who we are, we'll start back to understand how special we are as a people and how special God look at us. Say we the apple of his eye, man. Bring that out, King.
Which one, sword?
And Chaz, next script, I want you to go ahead and get Judges for me.
Come. This is the book of Judges,
Hold on,
chapter 7, verse 3.
hold on. Let him bring out the other one first. Let him bring out the apple of the eye first.
Okay, come.
Which one you want? You want Book of Lamentations or?
You know what? Pick it up.
All right. Good luck, you. It's the Book of Lamentations, chapter 2 and verse 18. It says, "Their heart cried unto the Lord, O wall of the daughter of Zion. Let tears run down like a river day and night. Give thyself no rest. Let not the apple of thine eye cease."
Bring it down.
So basically, it's calling Israel the apple of the Most High's eye. But you also have the laws of God, which are considered the apple of, which is what's supposed to be the apple of our eyes. Because when you read Proverbs 7 and 2, it says, hold on, I'll get it, because I don't want to butcher it. I definitely don't want to butcher it. It says, "Keep my commandments and live, and my law is the apple of thine eye." So basically, that's that fruit, if you will, from the tree of life that we got to keep. We got to keep those commandments, and we got to digest these commandments and continue to do them so that we might have eternal life. And when we continue to do that as a nation, we become the apple of the Most High's eye. Because when you think about what an apple, when somebody says you the apple of my eye, if an apple is shiny enough, you can see a reflection in it too. So like the Most High saw himself within Israel.
Precept.
Bring it out.
This is the book of Zechariah, chapter 2, verse 8. "For thus saith the Lord of hosts, after the glory hath he sent me unto the nations which spoiled you. For he that touches you touches the apple of his eye." That's letting you know that Israel is got the apple of the Most High's eye.
That's right. That's right. This is what we need to remember, man. We act like we are just nothing in this world, right? We just here. We just parts of the checkerboard. You know what I mean? We not even the major parts. That's how we look at ourselves. Because we don't have no work with it. You know what I mean? When it comes to our own people, we have no regards for life. And that shows. That's like how we treat each other. That shows. Right? Go ahead and bring out that Judges for me, King.
Con. This is the book of Judges, chapter 7, verse 3. "Now therefore go to proclaim in the ears of the people, saying, Whosoever is fearful and afraid, let him return and depart early from Mount Gilead. And there return of the people 20 and 2,000, and there remain 10,000. And the Lord said unto Gideon, The people are yet too many. Bring them down unto the water, and I will try them for thee there. And it shall be that of whom I say unto thee, this shall go with thee, the same shall go with thee. And whomsoever I say unto thee, this shall not go with thee, the same shall not go.
So off the rip, he's basically, you know what I mean, the Most High is about to break up the group already. You know, telling how much other men we got on the other side, but the Most High is about to show like he been showing us signs. He been showing his might. All right. So he's about to say this. He said this is too much men right here. I'm gonna use less men to show my power, to show that we don't need numbers to be strong. When we are walking with the Most High, when we are being in righteousness and actually doing what He said to do, the Most High fight for us. All right. So this is just examples of the Most High actually fighting on our behalf, and this is all known throughout the world. Right. So this is just one example. Bring it up.
Come, verse 5. So he brought down the people unto the water, and the Lord said unto Gideon, everyone that lappeth of the water with his tongue, as a dog lappeth, him shalt thou set by himself. Likewise, everyone that boweth down upon his knees to drink.
Slakia. Why? That's a good thing right there. What we just brought out, right? But what you think was the main thing to pay attention to in the difference right there? What you think with that? From one lapping up the tongue and next one bowing down using hand. What was the distinctive to pay attention to? Why you think the Most High gonna have a separation between the two? Right? Keep reading.
Come. And the number of them that lap it, putting their hand to their mouth, were 300 men. But all the rest of the people bowed down upon their knees to drink water. And the Lord said unto Gideon, by the 300 men that lap it, will I save you, and deliver the Midianites unto thy hand, and let all the other people go, every man unto his place.
What's something to pay attention to when it comes to that? What you think? What was something that was to pay attention to with them other fellows who actually lapped up the tongue? Who was more vulnerable, I should say? You see what I'm saying? You bowing down to lap up water. You don't know what's in that water. So you're exposing yourself by putting your face down to lap up water instead of bowing down with one knee to pick the water up. That's at least give you some kind of time to, you know what I mean, if something was coming at you. That showed that those brothers was paying attention. That there was a weird situation. You know what? This is a little bit more. That's the other the other brothers kind of exposing themselves. They have no care for what's their surroundings. I mean, that's recklessness. You see what I'm saying? That's dealing with our audience. You don't really have recklessness in our army. How strong can you be when all the brothers acting reckless and doing what they, you know what I mean, moving out of hand? So I'm looking like in a different way. Those brothers that bow down, like I said, we don't need no reckless brothers with us. You know what I mean? I'm gonna show you these other brothers paying more attention right now. I'm gonna use these brothers right now. Go ahead.
Just to give an example, that's just like you know, if you watch Animal Planet, and when you see like a leper or anything going to the water, they don't go to the water just to put their whole face in it. Like they go there, like they back 2 feet. It's like it's set in a way, so like if anything pop out, they can just go. But like let's say like with a monkey, like they'll just go and literally sit in the water and drink and just, you know, just take their time. And next thing you know, alligator come in, grab like you.
Even those, you know, those animals who drink by the water, you know how you see how they all drink it. They always looking up, always aware.
Yeah,
They're just moving. You know what I mean? They paying attention.
You hit a tree.
You know what I mean?
They on alert.
They ain't got no hands to pick up the water, so they ain't got no choice but to put their face down. But they paying attention. You see what I'm saying? They ain't moving like the silliness of how monkeys be moving sometimes. Although they got something that pay attention to, but sometimes, you know, that's a good example to use. You know what I mean? So Go ahead. You read 9 already?
All right, want me to read now?
Yeah, keep going. Keep going.
Okay, Con. Verse 8. So the people took victuals in their hand and their trumpet, and he sent all the rest of Israel, every man unto his tent, and retained those 300 men. And the most of the Medians were beneath him in the valley. And it
All
came
right.
to pass,
Go ahead.
Con, and it came to pass that same night that the Lord said unto him, Arise, get thee down unto the host, for I have delivered it into thy hand. But if thou fear to go down, go thou with Phurah thy servant down to the host.
Con. All right.
Can I continue on?
Go ahead and go to that Baruch
Con.
4:8 for me. Y'all bring that out, please.
This is the book of Baruch, chapter 4 and verse 8. It says, ye have forgotten the everlasting God that brought you up, and ye have grieved Jerusalem that nursed you. For when she saw the wrath of God coming upon you, she said, hearken, O ye that dwell upon Salakia, that dwell about Zion. God hath brought upon me great mourning. For I saw the captivity of my sons and daughters, which the everlasting brought upon them.
And who's that her?
Hold on, say that one more time.
Who's the her?
Jerusalem.
Con. Y'all saying, like we are strong people, man. We are a strong, powerful nation of people. But clearly we have forgotten that. You see what I'm saying? Clearly we have forgotten who we are. Clearly we have forgotten that Yahweh is our power. You see what I'm saying? Like I said, we are forgetful people, right? Like how it start off with that Baruch. Read that Baruch one more time for me.
It says, ye have forgotten the everlasting God.
Ye have forgotten the everlasting God. You see what I'm saying? So what we have to do, we have to come back to him. All right? Go ahead and bring up Baruch 2:30 for me, chat. Well, go ahead. You got it right there. Bring it out, King.
This is the book of Baruch, chapter 2 and verse 30. For I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people. But in the land of their captivities they shall remember themselves.
They shall do what?
They shall remember themselves.
Man, we shall remember who we are and who our God is. All right? That's what we should remember. We need to remember these type of stuff. Let me get Chaz, bring out Jude 1 and 5 for me.
Hey, Salaki Adawan.
Go ahead.
Something interesting I just thought about. So I got a precept. It's the book of Exodus, chapter 20 and verse 8. It says, remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. So when you look at the time and context, this was right when Moses had gotten laws and he's giving them to us. Now, the Most High showed Moses the beginning of times, the midst of times, and the end of times. So why would Moses be telling us to remember the Sabbath day unless we were going to forget it?
That's right.
Something to think about. He already knew that we were going to forget. That's why in the laws, when you look in Deuteronomy 28, he's already telling us these curses. He's telling us this in that particular generation. He's saying, you're going to become a byword, a proverb, and astonishment. You're going to discontinue from your heritage. He's telling us all of this same stuff. It's just reiterated in later generations.
Right. Everything was written. You know what I mean? Although he laid it out in a way that we could do the right thing, you know what I mean? We made that choice. You know what I mean? So he had to let us know, hey, this is what's going to be your outcome. This is your outcome for your disobedience. He had to let it be known.
That's right.
But people seem like I said, we forgot his power and judgments, and it seemed like we forgot the punishments too. Like we feel like that was in the past. That ain't us. We totally different people. The Israelites was in the Old Testament, right? Because the New Testament is dealing with everybody else. Israel done away with, apparently. Like they ain't read none of them other scriptures that show that Israel is not done away. They ain't read none of them scriptures.
Nah, they run from that out of one.
Man, hopscotching, man. That's straight hopscotch. I used to see them girls in there playing that game. I'd be like, man, I ain't going to play that damn game before I look like a damn girl. But that's what our people do today. We play hopscotch in life when it comes to certain things. We play hopscotch with the Most High word. He says they will seek me, and how do we seek him? By searching the word. He said, study to show yourself approved. How are we going to do that? By studying the word.
There you go.
That's right.
This is the type of stuff we try to become overnight without actually doing the study. Everybody feel they know something, and as soon as you try to show them something different and they don't know, they bucking because they hate the fact that you know something they don't. So they block their ears. That pride gonna kill y'all, man. Even that you're taking from Esau. So they love the way of the Grecians best, right? We love everything about this man, except the Most High. Like I said, we forgot who we are. Go ahead and bring that Jude out for me.
It's the book of Jude.
So
You got
One
something?
verse 5.
yeah. Slacky, I got a precept to what you were saying. Isaiah 48:4.
Isaiah 48:4. Bring that out first, King.
It's the book of Isaiah. You said 48 out of 1?
Con. 48:4.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 48, verse 4. Because I knew that thou art obstinate, Salakia, and thy neck is an iron, sinew, and
Sinew.
bread. Tough words.
Take your time. Bring it out from the top. Take your time and bring it out from the top.
Okay, Khan. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 48, verse 4. Because I knew that thou art obstinate, and thy neck is an iron sword, and thy brow brass.
Thy brow.
Continue.
Slacky. I had that mark for as a precept that goes with Acts 7:51. My bad.
Con.
This is my fault.
But it's we still hard headed. We still stiff necked.
Right.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Bring out that Jude, King.
God. It's the book of Jude, chapter 1, verse 5. I will therefore put you in remembrance, though ye once knew this, how that the Lord, having saved the people out of the land of Egypt, afterwards destroyed them that believed not.
Like we forget the type of stuff that we've been through, right? We forget all about that. Shalom, everyone.
Hey, shalom.
And we forget those type of stuff. He said, "I will bring you back in remembrance," because this you did know, right? What else did we know? We did know the power of the Most High. We did know the mighty hand of our God. You see what I'm saying? We understood the power behind that name Yahweh. We understood the power and the meaning of what Israel meant. You see what I'm saying? We understood that back then. We don't forgot about those stuff now. Bring it out from the top again.
Con, just the book of Jude, chapter 1, verse 5. I will therefore put you in remembrance, though ye once knew this, how that the Lord, having saved the people out of the land of Egypt, afterwards destroyed them that believeth not.
The Most High is a power source. You know what I'm saying? That we like to mess with. We love to get the Most High angry, right? Like if he destroyed many nations before us. We seem to forget what it is he done did, you know what I mean, for us. And what was the action that happened to those other nations? We seem to forget that. We only remember when we was reaping the reward. That's when we remember that. But when it's time for us to actually do some actions to show our, you know what I mean, our appreciation or show certain things, we forget about that shit. Right? This is how we act. No matter where we go, we got something that's showing signs of our people being in rebellion to the Most High.
Hey, precept, better one.
Bring it out.
It's the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 1 and verse 7. It says, am not I, even he that brought them out of the land of Egypt, from the house of bondage? But they have provoked me unto wrath, and despised my counsels. So it's like, because the most, like, our forefathers are definitely kind of like some grown ass kids, and even us to this day somewhat. It's like we got a joke about everything. So it's like when you got your child and you tell them, don't you go over there and do that, and that be the first thing they do, and you be about ready to knock their head off. I don't know, maybe it's just my opinion. All right, but anyway, like, you still be ready to like put hands on them, or you'll be ready to do something to them, but at the same time, you want to have mercy with them because you understand that they're a child, and you still want to love on them and still do right by them. But the more and more that they keep doing what they're doing, they provoke you to wrath, and they provoke you to giving them that butt whooping. How you?
But that butt whooping is necessary though, because that butt whooping is what's going to help them get back in order.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Say spare not the rod and spoil the child, man.
Come on, Salakia.
Go ahead, man.
Israel like to see how far they can go, like how much they can try the Most High, right? Israel got a trying spirit. We like to try everybody, right? One thing we say all the time, don't try me like that, right? In the streets, I mean, you better not try me like that. But Israel try everybody, right? And we don't try nobody more than we try the Most High. We want to keep pushing the barrier, keep pushing the limits to see what the Most High gonna do. Clearly, y'all ain't read Deuteronomy chapter 28. And read the curses, because we're right. Experiencing them and we live in them every day, right? That's right. What the Most High is doing. We're suffering, we curse because we keep trying him, like the Most High something to play with. So I just wanted to say that I yield the floor.
That's right. That's right, man. You know what I'm saying? We love to push that saying what he be like, you know, you get JK an inch, you want to take a yard, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's us. We want to go the extra. You know what I'm saying? That's my favorite word, man. Extra, man. Y'all acting extra right now. You know what I'm saying? That's how we are. We want to do the most, but in wickedness. When it comes to doing what is right, we give the minimum of that. Minimum. You see what I'm saying? And we feel like that's enough for the Most High. When we should be giving him our all. You see what I'm saying?
Come.
But we give him the minimum, and when it comes to wickedness, you got my full attention. You know what I mean? When it comes to wickedness, I ain't missed a beat. What you say? You know what I'm saying? I heard everything. You know what I mean? But when it comes to something positive, man, our people just like, oh, what you say? Oh, my bad. My phone rang. You know what I mean? I missed everything you just said just now. But this is how we are. This is how we are, but we don't have that humble spirit. So we don't want to learn anything new. So everything that we forgot in the past is just like, I'm gonna leave that back there, man. I'm gonna keep living my life, man.
Shalaki, you remember what we were saying the other day, Barnabas? The easiest thing to do is to wake up and do the wrong thing, right? It takes no effort. It takes absolutely no effort to mess up and to do wrong, right? Israel get lazy sometimes, man. We know that it takes effort to be in this truth, to be in this walk, right? To keep the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. And sometimes Israel just too damn lazy to do it. So they don't feel like doing it. It takes nothing to wake up every day and say, you know what? I'm gonna just mess up something today. I'm gonna slap this. I'm gonna slap all this stuff off the table. I'm gonna go commit sins. I'm gonna commit adultery. It don't take no effort in doing none of that stuff. But when it comes to keeping this law, you got to put in work. All of us that's walking in this truth right now, in these camps or not in these camps, it's taking a supreme effort from everybody to try to keep these law, statutes, and commandments. And the problem with our people is we too damn lazy. We don't want to wake up and get that effort, right? Yet we wake up and get that effort to Esau on the job every day. You go above and beyond. He asks you to work overtime. You working overtime. He tell you to come early. You there early. The Most High asks the minimum from us, and we can't even do that right without an attitude. And if we don't have something, if we're not getting something in return, we act like we got an attitude. Brothers be fasting, praying on their knees every day when they need something from the Most High, right? As soon as they in a good spot, what Jake do? Jake ain't even praying no more. He ain't fasted, he ain't prayed, he ain't did nothing. He living good. So you can't pick and choose when you want to worship and walk in this truth, man. That's why we suffer the way we suffer. You got to stop being lazy and start focusing on the prize that we was talking about the other day. Start regain your focus in Israel, man. Stop focus on the prize. The prize is trying to get Yahweh Shah to come back and hopefully save us from this captivity, right? You want to be a part of that number. But a lot of us are too busy just doing nonsense.
A little sleep, a little slumber, right?
That's what I'm talking about, man. So I yield the floor with that, but I had to get that off.
No, our people are, like you said, we are lazy, man. We don't want to put that extra effort into doing the righteous thing, man. We prefer to, kick back and be like, you know what? I say I'm an Israelite, right? That's what it matters, man. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'll just put my fringes on the Sabbath day, you know what I mean? And walk around so in case anybody says something, I look in the part. You know what I mean? You don't know what I'm doing. As soon as you ask me, you don't know what I'm doing. But what are you doing? Because the Most High see everything. He says, brighter, 10,000 times brighter than the sun. You see everything. So who you really hiding from? All right? But like I said, who made us? I said we are strong and mighty people. Who made us that strong and mighty people? Who is that strong and mighty nation? You know what I'm saying? Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shah. You know what I mean? He made us that strong and mighty nation. Bring on that Deuteronomy 7:6, gang.
Come. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all people. Come. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God.
And
the Lord thy God hath chosen thee.
You know what I mean? We are a separate people. We understand that. You know what I mean? Let me get that precept for that too to show that.
Come. It's the book of Leviticus, chapter 20, verse 26. It says, and ye shall be holy unto me, for I, the Lord, am holy, and have severed you from other people, that ye should be mine.
And if you severed something, that's separation right there. You cutting that, you severed that in half in a sense. You know what I mean? Go ahead and keep going, King.
Come. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself.
Unto himself.
All people.
Go ahead.
Come. above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
Not equal.
Above all people on the face of the earth.
I would have check it to make sure you ain't read it wrong. You know what I mean? Because you know that's how people feel when you read the Bible wrong. You know what I mean? We don't see what the words are actually saying. We just talking out our mouth. You know what I mean? So sometimes you gotta ask the question just to make sure that that's exactly what you read, because they don't believe you. Bottom line is they don't believe the Most High word.
Precept.
Bring it out.
I mean, just in brother.
Go ahead, Yabo.
All right. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32, and verse 8. Just so we can hammer this point home.
Bring it out.
It says, when the Most High divided to the nations their inheritance, when he separated the sons of Adam, he set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel. So no matter how you try to slice it, yeah, everybody comes from Adam through Noah. Noah had his 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, and then through those 3 and their wives, the whole earth was repopulated. But he chose one group of people, one nation out of all of those nations that were repopulated on the whole earth, and called them by his name. So I don't understand how people could continue to say that we reading this wrong and we just read what the scriptures say.
That's right.
Unless I mean, like they can't read.
Bring out your point, King.
No, that was the point. Like if this says that he divided and separated to each nation their inheritance and set the bounds of the people according to the number of children of Israel, you got to think what all comes with an inheritance: a land, a deity, a culture. Those are the 3 main things. Each nation on the face of this earth has their own land that they can go back to. They have their own culture that they do certain things. They have laws, foods, a language. They have all of that. So where is ours? But the moment that we say, oh, okay, so we the real Israelites to the Bible. This is our God. Now it's a problem. We could have said we was Egyptian. We could have said we were Europeans. We could have said we was the original people of Arabia. But the minute we say, oh, God forbid, we say we the original Israelites. Now it's a problem.
You're a black identity extremist. You're a black identity extremist now.
Bring out your point, Chaz.
I'm light skinned.
Oh no, I was just finna off what you just said. Like, you know, our people don't believe until like you actually show it to them and get close up to them. When they read it, they pause. That's not what it's saying, brother. I don't believe you, brother. And then walk off. Like, how you gonna say you believe the Most High and you believe everything in the Bible? Once we show you something, now all of a sudden, nah, I'm wrong, or nah, the Bible's wrong. Like, come on, man. Confusing yourself, bro.
They don't have that humble spirit, because if it was humble enough, they will at least, because half of the times they just don't understand it yet. But instead of saying I don't see it, I explain it, I don't understand it right then, they'll be like, that's not what it means, because they don't want to show that they don't know something. So they often gonna be like, I'm right. I mean, I'm gonna walk off real quick before you put me on this question that I don't know. So let me hurry up and get up out of here real quick, because it seems like you know something, so I gotta go. Be scared to deal with our people with information and with knowledge, because if anybody you see Esau on a pedestal start talking, saying something, you're not going to even ask no questions. You're gonna be like, that brother telling the truth. But you see our people out there, these brothers can't know nothing, because y'all young, first of all. And y'all come up with the same thing I came up with. What different you went through that I didn't go through? You see what I'm saying? That type of way. These no good Negroes out here. What do they think they're talking about? Who they trying to prove something to? Right? Go ahead.
CJ Best. Unless you got something that speak pertaining to this lesson, I'm gonna ask you to stop sowing discord in our chat. If you can't, we're gonna put you out the chat. I'm just gonna put it simply. We have a lesson going on right now. You're not contributing to it. You're adding discord, and I'm in the middle of our lesson. His brother don't need that. So if you're not gonna participate in this lesson, exit out of the group. If you don't want to exit out the group, you don't want to exit off the platform, we can put you off, or we can put you in timeout.
Yo,
That's point blank period. Go ahead, King.
I just seen what he was talking about. This dude weird. Like, dang, you took the time out of your night to comment on somebody else's lesson when you really could be going out in the streets trying to teach somebody the Bible.
Right.
You got that much time on your hands. You that bored with life. That's what you saying. Whether you saying it personally or not, that's what you saying.
If there's any moderators on here right now, put him on timeout. If he don't understand what that is after that, hide him from the channel.
Hold on.
Go ahead, continue to listen, King.
Let's bring it up, man. So let me get 2 Kings 5:15.
Come. This is the book of 2 Kings, chapter 5, verse 15. And he returned to the man of God, he and all his company, and came and stood before him. And he said, Behold, now I know that there is no God in all the earth, but in Israel.
But in who?
Now, therefore, I pray thee, take a blessing of thy servant.
That and we could touch on that with Joel 2:27. You see Most High dealing with Israel only. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
There's no doubt about it. When you actually take time to take time to study, read, and with understanding by just using the precept upon precept. You know what I mean? Because first of all, if you're not keeping the laws, you're not going to really get understanding. You actually have to be applying these laws. Bring it up.
Okay, come on. This is the book of Joel, chapter 2, verse 27. And ye shall know that I am in the midst of Israel, and that I am the Lord your God, and none else.
And none else.
And my people shall never be ashamed.
But it seems like we are ashamed of the Most High. Because if he wasn't ashamed, we actually will hearken to what he's saying and be bold and be proud with that thing too. You see what I'm saying? When we go out here and we walk the street, because we're supposed to let our light shine, right? But brothers act like they don't even want to proclaim the Most High. We just want to be, I want to live my life. I want to be comfortable in my own, doing my own will. Not knowing that you have a judgment for that. The Most High is going to punish you in the end, man. Keep bucking up and not willing to repent. You know what I mean? I'll come back to the Most High. Having faith in Yahweh Shai and keeping the laws, because both of them will go hand in hand. That's the only way you have to figure it out, man. Yahweh Shai been telling us that, keeping the laws. You need that. And just keeping the laws alone, we understand. You can't, he's the key. You need that. No man comes to the Father but through me. We understand that. But for some reason, when you bring on these scriptures, everybody want to buck up. Everybody want to speak on what they think it means. There's no proper interpretation, though. So when it comes to explaining who the people are in the Bible, that's nothing, because I don't understand it, so it's not important. I'm not going to show the people this. I'm not going to tell them that they're the most important people in the Bible. I'm not going to tell them that there's the apple of the Most High eye. I'm not going to tell them that the law should be the apple of their eye. I'm not going to tell them this stuff. I'm not going to tell them that their heritage is rooted in royalty. You see what I'm saying? I'm not going to tell them that their brothers and sisters are the Hispanics and the Native American Indians that we call our different people today. I'm not going to tell them these type of stuff, because guess what? I'm not trying to learn it. That's basically what's going on with the pastor. I'm not trying to learn it, so I'm not going to tell y'all this stuff, because even though I know, I actually have to go study now to break it out to you. And I ain't trying to go through all that hard work, because y'all been paying me for nothing. Y'all been paying me to lie to you, so why not keep it up? That's how the pastors dealing with this stuff now. They're leading the people astray and not showing them who they are. You know what I mean? And bringing that knowledge out to them. That same knowledge that our people are destroyed from. You see what I'm saying?
That's right. Precept,
bring it out.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 22 and verse 26. It says, her priests have violated my law and have profaned my holy things. They have put no difference between the holy and profane. Neither have they showed difference between the unclean and the clean, and have hid their eyes from my Sabbaths, and I am profane among them.
Man,
so that's your Christian pastor today. They'll tell you could pray over that good shrimp, lobster, pork, and crab that you finna eat. And the Most High gonna make that garbage disposal of the sea work for the nourishment of your bodies miraculously after he told you don't eat it in the first place.
Brother, don't call nothing that the Most High said that is clean unclean, man. Don't call it stuff like that. Don't let me pull axe for you, brother.
That ain't something that we gonna get into. I'm just saying, like, because you're gonna have somebody that's gonna take you serious, and they gonna
right. Hey, Salakia, hey, Christians will find any way to sin, man.
That's right, man.
Like I say all the time, man. Christianity is worse than crack, man. Everybody talk about the crack epidemic. Christianity epidemic. That's the hardest thing that ever swept the nation. That's the hardest thing that ever swept the world. Christianity, man. I'm telling you. They got you out there eating sea roaches with butter and garlic on it. And you got a little lemon squeeze in it. You eating sea roaches out of a trash bag at these restaurants.
Stop. I love shrimp. Don't do that to me. Don't do
that. Brothers eating garlic a la roach.
That's what I'm saying. Basically. I yield, bro.
Hey man.
That was wicked, man.
That's what our people, man. When I heard about the butter of the crab, I was like, what? I have to look at that video. I have to look it up to get an understanding. Be like, what butter they talking about in the crab? Man, that's nasty, man. This is the type of stuff that our people chase down, right? This is the type of stuff that our people, we go behind and they crave for. You see, like they say, we run to the evil. We follow these multitudes because I could do. We follow a multitude of people daily. You know what I'm saying? But daily we're supposed to be repenting, right? But we ain't worried about repenting. Daily we want to look for another way to be wicked. How could I be wicked today? You know what I mean? How could I like that scripture said? Sitting on your bed, like how Esau be, sitting in your bed thinking about how to be wicked. I can't get no rest till I figure out an evil plan. You see what I'm saying? This is what we do, man. We follow the ways of these other people, these other nations, except what our power source tell us to do. We do everything contrary to the Most High. Because why? We are following this world. And what this world does, everything contrary to the Most High.
Okay. Good luck, the other one.
Go ahead.
Just to let me off what you're saying, it's like with our people nowadays, they willing to do any and everything as far as like what the other nations do, as like, oh, I'm getting into Egyptology, or I'm studying the sun, I'm studying the moon. Like, no, it's the moon god. No, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna meditate and pray to this rock. But one thing they don't want to do is come back to the Most High. Like, just for an example, oh no, brother, just keep the Sabbath holy. Don't buy none. Don't cook none. Don't even have intercourse. They'll look at you. I can't do that, brother. No, that's too much. Like, bro, what you doing is too much, man. Like, just stop what you're doing and come back to the Most High. That's all you have to do. Come back to the Most High, and he gonna guide you from there. So, but our people, we stiff neck, man. We don't want to listen to nothing. Are you?
Man, You could keep going with this, man. You know what I'm saying? We could keep going with that. You know what I mean? But we're gonna be here a whole night. Let's talk about our people being wicked. Right? But let's go to the next precept, man. Isaiah 60.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 60, verse 14. The sons also of them that afflicted thee shall come bending to thee, and all they that despise thee shall bow themselves down at the soles of thy feet. And they shall call thee the city of the Lord, the Zion of the Holy One of Israel.
What they will call us?
The Zion of the Holy One of Israel.
All this is written, man. You know what I mean? Even if we did forget, we could actually go back to the text and see these type of stuff, but we still don't respect it. You can read it for our people all day. All day you can read this stuff to our people, and we're just like, you know, but I don't know. I just don't know. Things change, you know. But we're gonna touch on that too. You know what I mean? We're gonna touch on that too. Go ahead and keep going.
Come, verse 15. Whereas thou hast been forsaken and hated, so that no man went through thee, I will make thee an eternal excellency of joy of many generations.
Eternal, Salaki, he said eternal excellency. So what happened? What about the Israelites being done away with? What happened to that now? What happened to all these lies that they've been talking about? That's done away with, and it is about everybody else now. You said man, read it again.
Come, I will make thee an eternal excellency of joy of many generations.
Many generations, man. This is continually. This is not something that stopped a certain time. It said generate. As long as you having babies and having kids, that's generations being created. We are still generating the earth. Keep going, King.
Come, thou shalt also suck the milk of the Gentiles, and thou shalt suck the breast of kings. And thou shalt know that I, the Lord, am thy Savior and thy Redeemer, the mighty one of Jacob.
What verse you on?
16 out of 1.
Now jump to 22.
Okay, come. It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 60, verse 22. A little one shall become 1,000, and a small one of a strong nation. The Lord will hasten it in his time.
Break that down, yo.
It says a little one shall become 1,000.
Read it again for him.
Come. A little one shall become 1,000, and a small one a strong nation. The Lord will hasten it in his time.
It looks like it could be twofold. But it could be a little one. It could be referring to somebody that's fresh into the truth, that is trying to keep the law, statutes, and commandments in sincerity. Or it looks like it could be a little one as in a baby, like one of these new babies that's being born into the truth. When it says a small one, it could be referring to someone that has much understanding, that has a little bit of understanding, that has been in the truth a little bit longer, but they still have some things that they necessarily need to work on, but they still want to serve the Most High and sincerity in their truth.
Because we all got work to do still. You know what I mean? The work is never over with. We always have to show what we have, you know what I mean, that we believe in the Most High. And how do you show that you believe and trust in the Most High? by hearkening unto his word and following and doing what he say, keeping his commandments.
Absolutely.
You see what I'm saying? This is what we cannot stray off of that. We cannot forget these type of things. It's not beneficial for us to forget it.
Hold on, precept, I don't want.
Bring it out.
Because you said something about trust. So when I think of trusting in the Most High, I equate that with having faith. Right? So I have James chapter 2 and verse 17 and 18. It says, even so, faith, if it have not works, is dead being alone. Yeah, a man may say, thou hast faith, and I have works. Show me thy faith without thy works, and I will show thee my faith by my works. So,
That's right.
of course, those works are going into the commandments. Like, do we make void the law through faith? God forbid. We establish it.
Bring that up.
That's also the patience of the saints.
Chaz, what was that? Romans, right? Bring that up, Chaz.
I'm already there.
All right,
This is the book of Romans chapter 3 and verse 31. Do we then make void the law through faith? God forbid. Yeah, we establish the law.
We established that thing, man. You know, it's not about how people go for feeling so much, you know what I'm saying? But then we don't have no love when it comes to the Most High. We don't want to. We go for emotion so much, but we don't have no emotion when it comes to the Most High.
That's right.
According to his, you know what I mean, explanation. Because we love to lean in our own understanding. We love that. And as soon as we don't get it, we try to tell people, well, you know, everybody got their own interpretation. Where is that in the Bible? This stuff that we just throw behind and be like, okay, well, as long as nobody don't pressure me on it, I ain't got to deal with it. No, we got to deal with that, man. This is what I'm right now. We don't want to deal with the truth. We hate getting face and getting the truth put in front of our face. We hate that stuff, man. We hate being confronted with stuff that we actually have to do. As soon as you tell Israel you gotta do something, you serious? Come on, man. I mean, that's what 10 laws. And then the eye get real big when you tell them it's 613. I'm like, man, you've been keeping all these different country laws. Everywhere you go, you're keeping somebody's law. But as soon as you say, you know, you gotta keep it. But hey, Christ only gave us 2, though. Christ gave us 2. If you understand, everything goes on. It hangs on those 2. All the law hang on those 2.
Salaki, hold on, Adawan. Because you can't just say that. You can't just say that. Because you're going to have somebody say, well, Christ still gave us 2 commandments. You didn't show me.
Believe me, we're going to bring it out. You don't play that over here. You know we don't play that. So I'm saying it because I know it's going to come out. Everything I'm saying is for a reason. You know we don't play that.
So like
what you got, King?
Before you pull this precept, I just want to read this precept real quick. It's the book of Maccabees Chapter 5, verse 18. For verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law, till all be fulfilled.
That's right. That's right.
Now, hold on. Because that's how it said in Matthew. Or Luke, it says it's easier for heaven and earth to pass than for one part of the law to fail.
That's right.
Right? So I don't know about y'all. I know when I walk out the house, I still see heaven and earth. So must mean that
okay.
Law still stands.
To the day.
To this day.
To this day.
They hate the simplicity. But when you really speak on it, see how simple it is. They hate how simple it can be broken down. But when you speak it, it's so simple. And that's when they get mad. Like, oh, it cannot be so simple. It gotta be deeper than that because I didn't see that. So it gotta be deeper than that. So that cannot be that, sir. It cannot, because I didn't see it. But keep going.
God, nah, this well, hold on, let's start out with Matthew 22 and 37 and 40 so we can actually get the context, right? So you got this is the book of Matthew chapter 22 and verse 37. I'll start at 36. It says, Master, which is the great commandment in the law? Yahushua said unto him, Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy mind. This is the first and great commandment, which you got from the law. But Yahushua is the law made flesh. That's a whole nother. That's a whole nother class. So let's see where he got it in the law. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 10 and verse 12. It says, And now, Israel, what does the Lord thy God require of thee, but to fear the Lord thy God, to walk in all his ways, and to love him, and to serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul, to keep the commandments of the Lord and his statutes, which I command thee this day for thy good. That's what Christ was telling you in the first commandment. He still told you to walk in all the ways of the Most High. The same way in Matthew 5 and 48, he said, Be ye perfect as your Father in heaven is perfect. It's literally the same thing he said. Go ahead.
Just to land me on what you're saying, like, with the precept I just brought out in Matthew 5:18, even with Christ just even saying, I'm only sent to the lost sheep of the house of Israel, you got some people that are going to say, well, Israel is not even a nation no more. Well, let's see what the Most High said in Jeremiah 31, verse 36.
Hold on.
36.
Hold on. Slakia. Before you get there, let me bring out this last precept.
Okay, go ahead, Adam.
Yeah, so we can still get the context on that because, you got to know what we're dealing with here. They'll forget. And quick. This is Matthew chapter 22 and verse 39. It says, And the second is like unto it. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. Now, Christ is still getting there from the law. Let's look in Leviticus chapter 19. We'll start at verse 17. It says, Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart. Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor and not suffer sin upon him. Thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people. But thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. I am Yahweh. So now we see where Christ is getting that second commandment from. And just in case y'all think anything changed after he died, let's go to Romans chapter 13 and verse 9 real fast. Let's nail this in the coffin real fast. It's the book of Romans chapter 13 and verse 9. It says, For this, thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not bear false witness, thou shalt not covet. And if there be any other commandment, it is briefly comprehended in this saying, namely, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. Now, Paul just said, for y'all Paulites, Paul just said the exact same thing from the law that Christ also said. And Christ was the law made flesh.
Damn.
So who are you to change that? You got to think, like, these are great men. Most High got them written in history. Had them in there for 1,000 years. Who are you to these men? I'm just saying.
Grasshoppers.
Right.
Bring it up,
I you.
Oh. even just touching base on what the brother just said. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 31, verse 35 and 36.
Read out.
Thus said the Lord. So we know who's speaking. Thus said the Lord, Yahweh, which giveth the sun for a light by day, and the ordinance of the moon and of the stars for a light by night, which divided the sea when the waves thereof roar. The Lord of hosts is his name. Verse 36. If those ordinances depart from before me, said the Lord, still the Most High speaking, then the seed of Israel also shall cease from being a nation before me forever. It's night outside. If I go out there and look up, I'll see the stars. I'll see the moon. So Israel is still his people until this day, man. Like y'all brothers, like y'all need to stop doing that, man. Y'all like it's like the truth hurts y'all. It like the truth hurt for some reason. I don't get it, man. I'd rather have that than a beautiful lie. I yield.
How about we became their enemy? Because I tell you the truth, it seemed like we became their enemy. Let's keep going, man. All right. So, on the beginning, you know what I'm saying, when the Most High brought us out of Egypt, you know what I mean, with a mighty hand, I mean, from the beginning. You know what I mean? That's basically how the story started off, man. You know what I mean? Him bringing us out of Egypt with a mighty hand. You know what I mean? Everything starts like that when it comes to dealing with us. It started that way. You know what I'm saying? He been showing us his power. He been showing us that we actually can rely on trust him. He been showing us that. But we seem to forget that. That seem like we don't have that fear no more. We don't fear him, you know what I'm saying, like how we used to. We used to fear him, now we forgot. Alright? Go ahead and bring on that Isaiah 43 for me.
Come. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 43, verse 1. But now, thus said the Lord that created thee, O Jacob, and he that formed thee, O Israel, fear not, for I have redeemed thee. I have called thee by thy name. Thou art mine. When thou passest through the water.
That's a go ahead, keep on.
Come. When thou passest through the waters, I will be with thee. And through the rivers, they shall not overflow thee. When thou walkest through the fire, thou shalt not be burned, neither shall the flame kindle upon thee.
Even that account right there, that kind of remind me of something. You know what I mean? Even hearing those, read that last part again.
Hey,
Slacky. Hey, Barnabas, you sound like a robot right about now. Go out and come back in. Come back in so to reset it.
Come, brother, something like Zordon from Power Rangers.
Brother sound like an Israelite transformer.
No problem.
The transformer with the menorah on his chest, you know, snapping.
Hey, but he getting it in though. He getting it in.
That's right.
Yeah,
it is. There he is. He back. Say something for us, Doc. Let's see.
Had one.
Go ahead, Barnabas. Go ahead, Barnabas. You can't hear? Oh, he got worse.
Before the brother was a transformer, now we can't hear him at all. It's all right, y'all.
So
we're gonna keep it rolling. All right. Still love the book. Hey, that's our beloved brother.
That's right.
Still gonna get it in for him.
We're gonna wait till he get it right.
Okay.
Or we're gonna somebody else gonna pick up where he left off at.
Come. Verse 3. For I am the Lord thy God. Come. For I am the Lord thy God, the Holy One of Israel. thy
Can you hear me
savior.
now?
I gave Egypt for thy ransom.
Read verse 3 again for him.
Okay, Khan, I don't want. Verse 3. For I am the Lord thy God, the Holy One of Israel, thy Savior. I gave Egypt for thy ransom, Ethiopia and Seba for thee.
That was 3 for Isaiah.
Khan, I don't want.
Con.
So you see the Most High, he redeemed us, but then he gave the other nation for a ransom in our place. Right? Because he been regarded Israel over these other nations.
Right.
It was something else I'm gonna bring out before them too. But go ahead and go to Proverbs 21 for me. And somebody get Psalm 72
Khan.
and 10.
Proverbs 21 and
Salakia.
what?
Salakia. Hold on. Tyler Rogers. I get the feeling you the same. You got another account. You the same
That's
dude.
right.
This with another account. So we're gonna give you the same warning. If you're not gonna make comments pertaining to the lesson, you might want to exit out quickly before we have to exit you out. All right. You know what I'm saying? And as far as your comment, Jesus said, "Love your enemies." Yeah, not so much. See, we were supposed to be loving our enemies. Well, those enemies were our enemies in Israel. We weren't talking about Esau. We weren't talking about Moab. We're not talking about Ishmael. You know what I'm saying? Those enemies got another retribution coming to them from the Most High that we can't even try to touch. All right, we can't even get nowhere near that. So when we say we're going to love our enemy, we talk about our brother that did us wrong. We got to have a certain accountability for our brother. We got to have a certain accountability. If Iron come in my house and he take $20, you know what I'm saying? At some point, I got to let that go. That was $20. That was my brother. He might have needed it more than I needed it. I got to let that go. But if Esau come in my house and he take $30 and he ain't had no need for it, I'm not forgiving that. You got to pay that back. You got to pay that back immediately. With interest. We're not giving no, we're not cutting no fight to everybody outside our nation. And you can kick rocks with all that, man. If you're not gonna say nothing pertaining to the lesson, bounce. We're not gonna sit here and entertain you no more.
Deuces.
Next time you say something, you gone.
Hey, Salaki, can I just hit him with this precept one time?
Go ahead,
Might as
kid.
well.
All right, yeah. So since you said love your enemies, let's see who those enemies are that Christ was actually talking about, because he further explained it later on. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 10 and verse 36. It says, "And a man's foes shall be they of his own household." So who would be in your own household? We ain't talking about modern time where you got roommates. Back then, who would have been in your own household? Your pops, our dukes, your brother and your sister.
Yep.
Or cousins. We'll even say that. But the same people of your own nation. That would be who your house is from a Hebraic concept. Now, wasn't Christ a Hebrew? Well, yes, he was. So you would have to look at this from the same thought process that he and the prophets before him would have still looked at it.
That's right.
I think if you actually pay attention to the lessons that are coming out of these platforms, he would know that. So I don't think they're really trying to learn anything.
Nah, he ain't trying to listen to the lesson. He ain't trying to hear none of this. That's why if he say something else, we kicking him out. We done with it. We're gonna do on the stuff we did the other brother.
Brother scoff with 2 accounts and 10 names. I don't get it.
Satan is crafty.
Go ahead, King. Keep continuing with your lesson, man.
Proverbs 21 and 18. And then somebody bring out Psalm 72 and 10.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 21, verse 18. The wicked shall be a ransom for the righteousness, and the transgressors for the upright.
That is the precept off for that one we're talking about. These other nations gonna be a ransom for us. All right. Most I don't play, man. You know what I'm saying? Talking about love these other nations. You know what I'm saying? But the most I sure that he's gonna deal with. Pay attention in the class, man. You'll learn. Bring out the other precept.
What are the precepts you wanted? What's the other one?
Psalm 72.
Come.
I get it. It's the book of Psalms, chapter 77, verse. You said 77?
72.
72, verse 10.
Con. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 72, verse 10. The kings of Tarshish and of the Isla shall bring presents. The kings of Sheba and Seba
Slakia.
Salaki. That was
Bring it up.
Salaki. It was the kings of Tarshish and the Isles. Like how you would say island. It's a shortened version of it. It's all you learning. Good job. Keep going.
Keep going, okay?
Okay. All right. This is Psalm 72 and 10. Oh, okay. You gonna read it? I'll let you read it. I'll hold up. Let me mute.
Yawa, go ahead and read it, Yawa.
It says,
Chaz, go ahead and get Romans 9 and 17 for me, Chaz.
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 72 and verse 10. It says, the kings of Tarshish and of the Isles shall bring presents. The kings of Sheba and Seba shall offer gifts.
These other nations, you know what I'm saying? This is what, and this is also mentioned later on in the scriptures too. He said these other nations gonna bring their riches to us. They're gonna come. The gates is not gonna be closed. It's gonna be continually open. You see what I'm saying? These other nations, they will have to submit themselves. You know what I mean, to Yahushua through us, because He's gonna be that king. When we have that ownership, right? Right now we going through our punishments, and while we getting punished, our people are still trying to add sin onto sin in the midst of that. While we getting punished, we're still in the punishment. That's why I say in the line of your captivity, you bethink yourself. We are still in the punishment now. But we are still over here trying to do every wicked thing that we could think about. All right. Bring out that Romans 50.
It's the book of Romans, chapter 9, verse 17. For the scripture said unto Pharaoh, even for this same purpose have I raised thee up, that I might show my power in thee, and that my name might be declared throughout all the earth.
This, like we just said, they're going to be brought down. So it's the same way how we brought up Pharaoh, it's the same way how Babylon the Great will be brought up. Like how they brought up right now, they're going to be brought down the same way. Showing his power. The same way how he showed his power in the beginning, the same way he will show his power in the end, because he's the same yesterday and today and tomorrow. He just being patient with his chastisement when it comes to them. But you see who he's dealing with, because we get our butt teared up. That's how you know he's dealing with us. He's teared up, but with a leather belt. My dad said, "Whoop my butt with a leather belt, one of them police belt, he's put that belt on my neck." You know what I'm saying? He put it on his neck, he put it on my neck, so I can't forget. You know what I'm saying? Even if I think I forgot about that, I can get a buckle. The belt around my neck, so I ain't got no choice but to remember. If I mess up, I can get my buckle. This is what we need, man. We need to be put back in order as a people, because we are out of order, man. This is where Yahushua gonna come back to set everything in right. Because as a people, we are lost right now. We are lost. All right.
It's a lot, yeah. A lot of people in our nation love this captivity too. And some people have not realized yet that this is captivity. Some people think this is their place of rest. They enjoy
Stockholm.
all the foolery that goes on here, right? And they land the captive. They enjoy all that. They can't wait to go to Zaxby's. They can't wait to run to Chick-fil-A. They want to go skate. They want to go watch football. They want to do everything under the sun, but worship the Most High and keep the law, statutes, and commandments. They really think this is their place of rest. Like some people really, they get money and say, "Guess, man, I made it." You made it to what? You made it to what? They gonna still will get gunned down in the street. They will still dog you in the street. They'll kill you, your mama, your cousin, whoever. You ain't made it nowhere. But let Jake get a little piece of money. He gonna feel like he made it and gonna start acting different. A lot of our people think this is not their captivity. They don't think it's because soon as Esau give you one thing, you feel like you accomplished something. You know what? Esau let me go to school now. Got this degree. I'm finna start acting different. Okay, so now we got millionaires in basketball and football. I'm finna like Jake. As soon as they feed you them little crumbs, the little breadcrumbs, man, Israel get to acting crazy, and that's a shame because we get hooked that easy. That's what I'm saying. So what Esau offer you in the Christianity that they normally come with in many different forms. I don't care if it's regular Christianity, Catholicism, whatever it is. They coming with the religion or the so-called spirituality with gifts along with that to capture our people. Now people are easily captured. It takes nothing to gain an Israelite. You dangle a carrot in front of them, 9 times out of 10, they going. Oh man, Bentley keys? I ain't never had a Bentley because we got that. I never had nothing spirit. So I'm willing to do whatever it is to get what you said was making it. That equivalent of making it to you. So if it's a Fendi belt, I'm going to do what I got to do to say I got that. If it's a great car, I'm going to do what I got to do to say that and say that I got it. And then I'm going to get that, and then I'm going to rub it in everybody else that's in my nation's face to say you ain't got it. And that's what our enemies count on. They count on you being that weak and that ignorant to love your captor, right, in your captivity. We the only nation of people on earth that love, like seriously, sickly in love with our oppressor. They fight you in the street if you say something bad about your oppressor. All of them ain't bad. Like, say it again. I love Esau. Esau. Like
you just took it, huh?
You feel me?
You just said it, other one. You said it because I was about to say that we are comfortable with our oppressor. We are Stockholm syndrome.
That's right.
We forgot that we got kidnapped. Now we chilling with the kidnapper. You know what I mean? We don't forgot. You know what I mean? Generations down the road, we don't forgot who he is. We forgot that the Most High told us that he's our enemy.
We trying to be the kidnapper. We got the shaved face like the kidnapper. Eve got the blonde weave, the blonde weave. You know what I'm saying? We run around here. Hey, we run around here so far. We go so far as to say, hey, let's do the Carlton Banks. Let's dress like him. I want the polo. You know what I'm saying? With the hoodie, that's the sweater around my neck. I want to dress just like Esau, bruh. Do you know that most of Edom don't even dress like that? That ain't even cool to them. You know what they wear? They wear New Balances from 5 years ago. You know what I'm saying? They wear stuff from 5 years ago. That's how they save their money. But we so caught up in trying to be in their lifestyle and be like them and prove that we done did something in this society that we don't even pay attention to how they got to that point. We don't even pay attention to the fact that like Jake don't get it. Jake don't understand it. Jake don't realize, yo, you spend so much time trying to idolize and mimic your oppressor that you was greater than him. He learned everything from you. You taught him how to bathe.
That's right.
You taught him what it was to have a real democracy. We started democracy. You taught Esau all this, but you want to now go back and learn it from a secondhand source. Nah, get back in the scripts and learn it from a firsthand source. And then you can see exactly how we got to that point and why they tried to reclone us from where we was. I was going to bring up images from the dark ages during this lesson. But I'm going to tell y'all, most of y'all not ready to understand that we really was kings in the dark ages. Y'all not ready to deal with that. Because that's the source of why Esau hates you so much.
That's right.
He hates you. He knows if you knew you were the original Scots, you go claim that heritage. He got to keep that land. You knew you was the original Britons. You go claim that heritage. He got to kick that out of land. You knew you was the original people in Ireland, land of black. You would have to claim your heritage, and he would have to get kicked out of that land. Israel got to get out of this. Oh, I want to be. I want to be so much like my oppressor. No, you got to stop. We love the ways of the Greeks the most. How many college graduates you see that want to throw up the AKA? That want to be alpha? They Kappas. How many of them college graduates you see that want to take this and be, this is how I grew up, this is how I live? Nah, man. Can we get some people who want to throw up the sign of the Maccabees? I want to throw up the sign of the Maccabees. What fingers? What were they twisting up? Let me know what they sign was.
That's right.
I don't want.
Hey, Salaki. First off, it's funny that you said Kappas and AKAs. My mama AKA and my uncles is Kappas. That's funny, hilarious.
Hey, man.
We have this Ike and Tina relationship with our oppressors.
Right.
Like we realize, like no matter how much Ike beat Tina would not leave Ike whatsoever. And we have that exact same relationship with our oppressors. I do not understand it, but now I can't say that I don't. After reading the scriptures, I get it now. But can I bring out this precept out of one? Because I ain't trying to.
Go ahead.
This is the book of Hosea, chapter 4 and verse 6. It says, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge.
That's right.
Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee. That thou shalt be no priest to me. Seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy God, I will also forget thy children. So because we've forgotten our laws, we've forgotten our God-given flavor, we forgot what made us the salt of the earth and gave us our savor. We now are some watered down jakes instead of some real deal Israelites.
That's right.
I say like that.
That's right. Because if we actually, remember that, like friends, like I said, if we remember his power, what he did for us as a people, the nation that he destroyed before our face. If we remember these type of stuff, maybe we'll have some kind of appreciation. Maybe we actually will care. You know what I mean? I say, okay, you know what? He basically pleading throughout the Bible. He's a loving father, man. He done drove us. He done drove him so bad. Put us out of his sight. We had to have Moses and these brothers pleading for us, man. Especially Moses, pleading for us. Don't destroy them in front of everybody. They will talk about you. Pleading for us, man. But do we actually care, or we act like we give, some kind of, appreciation? We don't show that, right? But even like I said, from the beginning, he's been showing us these type of stuff. Go ahead and bring out Joshua 4 and 27. Did you finish Romans?
No, I still got verse 18 out of one.
So
finish that last verse.
So before you do that, let me read this for the brother. He has to read. This is 2 Timothy chapter 4, verse 3 through 4. For the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine, but after their own lust shall they heap to themselves teachers having itching ears, and they shall turn away their ears from the truth and shall be turned unto fables. That's right back to what we were saying. We'd rather follow the oppressor and everything that he's saying because it's more comfortable for us than to actually follow the truth and deal with the truth.
But even going into that, you just brought out following the way and these different customs and fashions and everything. Funny how we picked Pee Wee Herman to be our style now. Our brothers want to dress like Pee Wee Herman right now, and then want to put a swag to them. Hey, y'all look weird as shit, man. But this is our people. We want to follow the weirdest shit. The stuff that look weird to Esau, we want to be. Look, even going carnal and say, even dealing with that white woman, we pick the most ugliest ones to deal with. This is what we do. We the worst of everything, man. It's like if you're gonna be dumb and be wicked and deal with them, damn, you're gonna go for the bottom of the barrel. But, this is what we do. You see what I'm saying? This is what we do, bro. Facts, man. This is what we do as a people, man. We need to come out of this wickedness. You see what I'm saying? We need to put that same energy that we do to be wicked in actually doing what the Most High asks us to do. And it's so simple. It's safe for you. You see what I'm saying? Let's keep going because we're going to touch on that a little bit later, too.
Barnabas said they don't want Kim Kardashian, they want Mama June.
They want Roseanne, man. They didn't want Kim Kardashian. They want Roseanne, man. They tripping, man. I be looking at it and shaking my head, man.
Wow.
Yo. Wow. Bring out that Joshua, man. Bring out Joshua 4:26-24.
Okay. You don't so you don't need Romans 18 no more? I mean verse 18?
Oh, go ahead. Finish it.
I got Joshua.
Okay, come. Therefore have he mercy on whom he will have mercy, and whom he will he harden it.
That was saying, because that's basically like he's showing you the exact same thing he did with Pharaoh is how he's going to deal with these people in the last days, right? Go ahead and bring out that Joshua.
This is the book of Joshua, chapter 4, verse 24. That all the people of the earth might know the hand of the Lord, that it is mighty, that ye might fear the Lord your God forever.
You say, read it again? Read it from the top.
That all the people of the earth might know the hand of the Lord, that it is mighty.
So he's saying he's going to put examples so you will know that his hand is mighty. He's basically going to show you something. Go ahead.
That ye might fear the Lord your God forever.
He had to show you signs so you can fear him. But we forgot the signs. That's why we acting like this, Israel. You forgot the signs.
That's right.
Just like 28:46 said, this curse is going to be a sign. That's so you'll know who we are. You forgot the signs. This is time for us to stop ignoring the signs. Matter of fact, I always, brothers trying to act like they don't listen to the music we used to listen to in the world. But Tupac said that, you can run the red light, but don't forget the street signs. If you don't know where you're going, what direction are you going?
Right.
You can run some red lights, but don't forget the street signs. The street signs will tell you exactly where you need to go. You don't want to be lost in this place.
That's right.
Pay attention to the signs, Israel. Bring on Exodus for me, 13:3, and somebody get 14:31. Exodus.
That's an interesting point you bring out, Edwan, but let some people tell it we Canaanites.
Nah.
It's the book of I don't know, beyond me. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 13 and verse 3. It says, and Moses said unto the people, remember this day in which he came out from Egypt, out of the house of bondage. For by strength of hand the Lord brought you out from this place. There shall no leavened bread be eaten.
No matter where you go, man, we got examples all over, man. All over. Oh. Bring out the other one, man. Bring out 14 and 30.
Said 14 and 30.
What was that other one?
You said 14 and 30?
Yeah, 14 and 31.
14 and 31? Go ahead, King.
It's the book of Exodus, chapter 14 and 31. And Israel saw that great work which the Lord did upon the Egyptians. And the people feared the Lord and believed the Lord and his servant Moses.
So it took them seeing the signs to fear the Most High and have belief. Right? This is what they saw. They didn't even want to hear the Most High speak to them. They were like, no, you go talk to him. But they saw the signs and believed, right? They didn't want to hear the words themselves. If they was doubting so much. But they understood. You see what I'm saying? They knew that much. But we forgot those type of stuff, man. We strayed away from that. We are far. You know what I mean?
Salakia.
Go ahead.
Israel mind be on everything but the Most High. Basically what the King's saying. We are the most forgetful nation of people out there. We forget that we in captivity. We forget that we oppressed. We forget that we the children of the Most High, right? Because we so caught up with the world and we're not of this world. The scripture tells us that, right? We could get Jake to do everything but focus on the Most High. 2K drop, the new 2K drop, Jake gonna have it first. LeBron drops some new shoes, Jake gonna have it first. Madden, anything like that. Jake's gonna be involved with anything that has to do with the world that we're not supposed to be a part of. Because we don't have any focus. And when we do focus, we focus on things that don't matter, that will not improve us as a person, as an individual, or as a nation. We lost. That's why he said from fear to forgotten. We used to literally fear the Most High. He was doing so much in our lives and showing us things that we couldn't forget it. And now that we rebelled, we became a rebellious nation, and we cursed. We almost going like this. Ah, man, I ain't worried about this. I ain't worried about it. I'd rather just do this. So now you just blowing off the Most High like he just somebody to blow off. And then when your life is in turmoil and you going through all these trials and tribulations, you looking crazy like, I don't know what to say, man. You know what happened. You're not trying to live for the Most High at all. You living for yourself and you living in the moment. See, Israel love to live in the moment. They just living for this second. That's it. Hey, man, you know what I'm saying? Life messed up for me right now, so I'm finna hit this lick right now. You're not worried about the consequence of it. You're not worried about the consequence of not keeping the laws, not keeping the statutes. You're just living for this moment.
One life to live.
How that could affect your future, how it could affect you and the generations to come. You just worried about you and right now. And that's the biggest issue in our nation. A lot of brothers and sisters be slothful in this truth. And they're not worried about how that could affect their family or their brothers and sisters. They just worry about them. I'm tired today. Therefore, I'm not going to study. I'm not going to fast. I'm not going to pray. And you think it's all about you, but it's about us. We are a nation. We are a kingdom of people. So when you don't do something, that affects me. So you got to get back to focusing, man. That's what it really comes down to. You got to focus and remember the Most High and what he's done for you and what he's always done for us. So you won't forget, and we won't be forgotten, because the Most High can easily forget us. We're nobody. We're replaceable. He can bring another player off the bench like that. So don't get outside your body and think that you something special because you reading these scriptures. Most High can blow your flame out like that. And we know brothers and sisters that had the truth taken away from them in an instance. Stop playing with the Most High like he's somebody to play with.
Hey, I don't think none of y'all know of Moses that's gonna stand in for y'all. All right, don't forget. Hey, the Most High was gonna destroy Israel. Hey, I'll just start over with you, Moses. Hey, you and your seed. And Moses had to stand in. He had to. Moses could have been probably was one of the best lawyers ever. The way he convinced Yahweh, like, you don't really want to do that. The rest of the nation is gonna be like, you an evil God. Like, why would you do that? You took him out just to kill him. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you can't say that he used God, but he was smart enough to understand, Most High, you don't really want to do that. You know what I'm saying? How many of y'all willing to step into that role? Who gonna do that?
You was that Johnny Cochran.
Right. What brother do we have in Israel right now that's gonna step in for you? Nobody. You gotta get right for yourself. Go ahead, King. Go ahead, y'all.
No, I would say, hey, if I had to guess, I'd say he's the second best lawyer out of anybody in this book. In history, real life, anything, because the only other person I can think of that's beating Moses as far as being a lawyer is Yahushua.
I was about to say
Yahushua gave his life. Like, that's one thing I can say about both Moses and Yahushua, because he said that Most High was going to raise up a prophet like unto himself, right?
Okay.
Moses ended up not making it into the promised land because of us. When you really think about it, like, we made him so mad that he disobeyed a commandment from the Most High because we was the ones talking shit, if you will. Like, think about that. He just
about breaking that stone.
Man, the Most High just said, "Move out of the way. I'll make a whole nation out of you. I'm gonna whack them." And he said, "Nah, Most High, don't. Nah, Yahweh, please don't do that."
Right.
Because then everybody's gonna say you brought them out here just to kill them. You delivered them from the Egyptians just to kill them. And what happened? We end up pissing Moses off. Like, think about that. I ain't gonna lie. Like, yeah, the curse has been a bad thing for us, but we deserve it. We deserve the shit out of it because we the ones that actually, like, we bumped on and talked trash to the one person that really, the two people that stopped us from getting knocked off multiple times that we should have. And I'm saying, and I'm not discrediting any of the other prophets, but Moses and Yahushua specifically talked to the Most High. I was like, all right, don't do that to them. Like, stall them out. Stall them out.
Stall them out, Debo.
Stall them out, Debo. We really, like, the Most High really wanted to knock our heads off. And rightfully so.
And rightfully so.
Right. Only Israel can stress out the people trying to help him.
Yo.
I mean, stress them out to the max. You got Moses going off. Moses couldn't even take it no more. He like, hey, forget it. Like, y'all really, like, Israel will stress you out, man. That's just what we do, because what I was saying earlier, we gotta try everybody. We just can't do right. What they say, what's the dude in life? Can't get right? That's Israel right there. Right. That's our name. Can't get right. We just gotta do whatever we want to do, figure stuff out, man. Can't get right. That should be the name of Israel right there. Go ahead, Ken.
Yeah, Brandon.
You had something to say against Chance?
Oh, I was just gonna bring out the account that we're talking about in case someone didn't wasn't familiar with what we was talking about.
You're talking about Salakia. Are you talking about when Moses was supposed to speak to the rock and instead he hit the rock with the staff and made the water come out? Because Israel had been murmuring.
When the Most High was going to do away with us, Moses had to talk him out of it.
Yeah, bring it up.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 32, verse 9 through 11. And the Lord said unto Moses, I have seen this people, and behold, it is a stiff-necked people. Now, therefore, let me alone, that my wrath may wax hot against them, and I will,
let me alone.
And that I may, and I will make.
No. I said the Most High said, let me alone so I could deal with these kids.
Yeah,
man. Don't talk to me right now, Moses. Let me alone.
Read that part again. Like,
God. Now, therefore, let me alone, that my wrath may wax hot against them.
Leave me alone so I can mess these niggas up. They don't know what they did too. Stop, Moses. Stand over there. Hey, 50 feet, Moses. Go over there. And I'm gonna burn all these niggas. I need you to be over here. You know what I'm saying? The Most High wasn't playing. Con. Keep going, King. Or were you done with that?
Another one. And that I may consume them, and I will make of thee a great nation. And Moses besought the Lord his God and said, Lord, why doth thy wrath wax hot against thy people, which thou hast brought forth out of the land of Egypt with a great power and with a mighty hand? Wherefore should the Egyptians speak and say, for mischief did he bring them out to slay them in the mountain and to consume them from the face of the earth? Turn from thy fierce wrath and repent of this evil against thy people.
You gotta be the Most High friend to say that. You gotta be the Most High friend to say that. It ain't too many of us that's gonna get away with that without that lightning bolt coming down as soon as you finish. You gotta be the Most High friend to say that. He gotta look at you on a whole other level.
That's right.
But check that, right? Check out the Most High. He said, get basically get out the way, Moses. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to go wax hot and start over with you. And that sound like something Jake was saying. Boy, I'll whoop you and get rid of you, and I'll make another one just like you.
No, hey, what's the favorite saying from Black Mama? I brought you into this world. I can take you out.
That's right.
That's how you know the Most High, you know what I mean? Father, man. You know what I'm saying? That's a brother right there, man. You can't get around that. You're like, man, like, let me deal with these brothers. I started all over from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? I'm wiping them out. That's I make another one just like that. You know what I mean? But that's our Father. You know what I mean? He been pleading with us. He been showing us, you know what I mean, the way how, you know, man, I love you.
That's right.
I'm sending my prophets and told y'all, but y'all steady going against them and persecuting them. You see what I'm saying? Go turn your shoulder when they call and say, thus saith the Lord. You turn you're blocking your ears and pulling your shoulder. La 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 la. I want to get that. You see what I'm saying? We get childish.
That's right.
When it comes to the Most High.
Hey, so lock it up. Y'all can't nobody tell me the Most High is not our God, because who talks like this? Who said, hey, basically all I said was him say, I'm about 38 hot. I'm about 38 hot. I'm hot with it. Like, who says I'm hot? Like, we know what that means. Somebody say, bro, you got me hot. Bro, you got me hot. Man, what? If somebody say you hot, that mean they mad enough with you to either do one or two things to you. They gonna stump their ears together or they gonna kill you. And we see what the Most High was ready to do. Most High don't play no games. That's a man of war.
That's right.
We had him 38 hot. And
you
Moses
don't know who you playing, man.
Right.
That's why I said we forgot who we dealing with. That goes right back to what we talked about. He will take our head off, man. In the physical and the spiritual sense. He said, fear not the one that will hurt your body, but fear the one that will hurt your spirit too, man. But we don't care about those judgments. We don't those judgments, man. Because we are simple people, man. We act simple as hell. Right? Like I said, we act extra as hell without doing shit. Be extra as hell. We need to be rebuked. Man. We need rebuking sometimes, but we hate that shit. We excuse my language, we hate it. I'm trying not to get too raw, man. But we hate this shit, man. That's what we hate. We love to do stuff. I'm looking at my dog sometimes. I be like, man, y'all love to do stuff to get punishment, but when it comes time to punishment, y'all hate it.
That's right.
Y'all will come to me anytime I'm talking. Y'all come in with that. You don't do this, y'all come and you do the same thing I just told you 2 minutes ago not to do. But then when I call you and you hear my voice, they're changing my tone. They bow down. They don't want to come. So why do it? This is our people. Why we doing the same thing and then we buck up when it's time to get the judgment? When it's time for the chastising, we don't want to deal with it. We getting punished for our iniquity. I'm about to say iniquity. I'm about to say like how we say iniquity. You know what I mean? Iniquity. That's how we say it back home. For your iniquity, you're doing this type of thing. But this is our people. Don't matter where we at. You could be in Trinidad, you could be in America, you could be in Mexico. If you're doing something against the Most High word, you're going to get punished. Don't buck up. We're going to get chastised, man, because we are his children. He's dealing with us. That's why was that Amos? Bring it out. Amos 3:1. Our people hate correction, man. But we don't understand. We are getting corrected because he's dealing with you. You better be happy about that, man. That's in Job, but if I but bring out that Amos.
Con. Just the book of Amos. Oh, go ahead, Adawan.
Oh, no. If you want to bring because
Go ahead, Chaz.
Go ahead, Chaz, bring it up.
Bring it up.
Just the book of Amos, chapter 3, verse 1. Hear this word that the Lord hath spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole families which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquities.
This is what we dealing with, man. Right? Do we fear the Most High? You know what I'm saying? We used to. But do we act like we fear the Most High? Do we fear his judgments? You see what I'm saying? Bring out that Psalms 119, 120 for me. And somebody bring out Psalms 19 and 9 for me.
All right. The book of Psalms, chapter 119 and verse. You got 20 or 9?
I say Psalms 119 and 120. And then I said Psalms 19 and 9.
I got 19 and 9.
Then somebody get Luke 150 for me.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 119 and verse 120. It says, my flesh trembleth for fear of thee, and I am afraid of thy judgments.
He said his flesh trembled because we fear his judgment. So that caused him to do the right thing. This is man, look. This is wisdom that our forefather David, our forefather Solomon, all these brothers brought out, man. That's fear. That's wisdom to fear the Most High. You're wise if you fear him because you fear his judgment. Because you know what he is capable of.
That's right.
It was only given unto us, so that's why we have to understand it. Go ahead and bring out the 19, Psalms 19 and 9.
Con, this is the book of Psalms, chapter 19 and verse 9. The fear of the Lord is clean, enduring forever. The judgments of the Lord are true and righteous altogether.
You can't, I don't even have to break that down. It's self-explanatory. This is what we have to understand, man. This stuff is not difficult. We make it difficult.
Hold on. But you know, Israel's simple. You can say it's self-explanatory, and they still not gonna be able to explain it. You need to break.
You know what? You're right about that.
Just a little bit.
You're right about that, Adawan. That's the wickedness of our people.
Mm-hmm.
Yo. Go ahead, man. Bring that Luke up from the king.
You wanted Luke chapter 1, verse what?
50.
Con. This is the book of Luke, chapter 1, verse 50. And his mercy is on them that fear him from generation to generation.
You know that's Israel, because like I said, it's a generational thing from the beginning, man. This was only dealing with us. from the beginning. Let me get 12 in that same book. 12 and 5.
Luke 12 and 5.
This is dealing with us, generation. All right.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 12, verse 5. But I will forewarn you whom ye shall fear. Fear him, which after he hath killed, have power to cast into hell. Yeah, I say unto you, fear him.
That's something that we are lacking right now. We are lacking that fear for the Most High. We lacking that, seriously. We need some get right. Like you say, can't get right. We need some get right.
You said Israel needs some act right.
Yeah, we do need some act right. I had that Jose, we call this Susanna in the Apocrypha.
Mm-hmm.
I think let me see where I want you to read from. I want to kind of get to the point. I want to go to the whole thing.
History of Susanna.
Yes, history of Susanna. I was about to start at 17 to 24, but let me see if I can get to the point. So this is basically the story of this Susanna. Two wicked elders, you know what I'm saying, came to her, you know, in a way that, in a lustful way, in a sense. All right, they were both, you know, lusting after her, and they call themselves, being slick. Talking about, we'll go ahead and go home, and we'll catch up next time, in a sense. You know what I mean? And they left and they parted from the house that they was hanging at, which is Susanna household, because she was married, so they was hanging with her husband. So they departed from the house and then they came back because they was trying to be sneaky so they could catch her, to see her, you know what I mean, but catch her by herself. So they came back, right? And they both recognized that they both came back. So they see each other, so they stayed there and realized, okay, you know what? I came back because I'm in love with her. I came back for the same reason. So let's both stay here and try to catch her and see if we can catch her and get what we want, in a sense, right? So go to let's jump down to 19 for me. 20, go to the 20 for me. Read 20.
Come. This is the book of you. Who want to read?
You know what? Start at 17, then we can jump down to 20. Whoever got it.
You went out. I didn't hear what you said. You went out.
The history of Susanna, verse 17.
Mm-hmm.
Let Chaz read it.
Susanna 1:17. Come.
This book of Susanna, chapter 1, verse 17. Then she said to her maids, bring me oil and washing balls, and shut the garden doors, that I may wash me. Verse 20. Behold. Continue.
Go ahead, King. Go ahead.
Come. Verse 20. Behold, the garden doors are shut, that no man can see us, and we are in love with thee. Therefore, consent unto us and lie with us. If thou wilt not, we will bear witness against thee that a young man was with thee, and therefore thou didn't send away thy maids from thee. Then Susanna fine.
Salaki, King.
Hey, take note, Israel, of how wicked these two brothers are. You gonna lay with us, or we gonna tell your husband that a young man came in here and laid with you, and
That's
you was
right.
happy for it. That's how wicked these brothers are. Hey, guess what else used that tactic? Watch Rosewood. Oh, it was a Negro that did it. He was a black man. Guess who else chose that same tactic? Either you do what we say, or we're gonna make sure somebody we're gonna tell them, you know what I'm saying, hey, this nigga did it. This Negro did this to you, and you was willing to do it.
That's right.
Don't overlook that in this. Don't overlook that in this story. These two brothers was willing to put somebody, because guess what happens if they actually go through what they plan? An innocent black man gonna get killed. An innocent young man gonna get hung. An innocent young man gonna get stoned to death for idolatry. If they go with their plan, they gotta pick a man to be chosen to be the representative of what they're saying. And Esau choose this same tactic today. Ain't nothing changed. Ain't nothing new under the sun. Esau choose this same tactic today. And where you go, Barnabas? Yeah, you gotta come back.
Rock you had one.
Go ahead.
I'm right here.
That would have been nasty in the first place. Because first off, she got to lay with both of them. On top of already having one husband. Now, if you understand the law, because Susanna was raised in the law, and she was a mighty prophet's sister, allegedly. We ain't gonna go into that. You look at Deuteronomy chapter 24 and verse 4. If a woman lays with a man, and if a woman lays with a man and then turns around and lays with another man, the man that she first laid with, who is her original husband, cannot take her back.
Right.
So these brothers were willing to make her a whore in the first place, and we can't make our sisters out to be whores. So they were in violation of a number of laws here, and they just didn't care. Like, they were sold out to do mischief. They were sold out to do wickedness. Straight like that.
What the sisters say today, they was willing to risk it all, but they wanted to put it all on the line, man. They wanted to risk it all, yo. Hey, look, I'm gonna smash, and then whatever the Most High have for me after that, that's what I'm gonna do. If he give me her piece, I got her piece. You know what I'm saying? Hey, it is what it is. But she was fine though.
That's right.
Right. She was bad though. That's all that matters.
Go ahead, Barnabas.
Keep going, King. Keep reading.
Con, verse 22. Then Susanna signed and said, I am straitened on every side. For if I do this thing, it is death unto me. And if I do it not, I cannot escape your hand.
Now check this. Check. Look at her response now, right? You know what I mean? A lot of times people will choose the easy way out. You know what I mean? Because they don't want to mess up their reputation. They don't want nobody to look at them a certain type of way. You see what I'm saying? They don't want nobody to speak bad about them, right? So sometimes they take the wicked path. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes they take the easy route. You see what I'm saying? To try to please themselves, so they will look good in the eyes of other people, right? But look what the sister did. Go ahead.
Con, it is better for me to fall into your hands and not do it than to sin in the sight of the Lord.
It's better for me for you to lie on me. You see what I'm saying? It's better for you to lie on me than me to do what I know is against the Most High. Because why? She feared the Most High's judgment. She feared what he said. She feared his commandments. She feared these things, right? She had that fear that we're supposed to have. Keep going.
Con, with that, Susanna cried with a loud voice, and the two elders cried out against her. Then ran the one.
You good. You good. You basically that's just to the point. You know what I mean? Because that's just showing you that no matter what it is she was faced with, she was like, I prefer to face whatever you gonna lie to me about. I prefer to deal with that than to go against my God. But our people will be like, I prefer to go against God than to go against these heathens or whatever else that's out there. We choose that route. A lot of times in the truth, our brothers be choosing those routes over the Most High.
God.
Man, get right, man. Get right or die.
Get down the
Let's
list.
go ahead and touch on I want you to bring out those pictures too, Edward. You still got them up?
Okay, hold on, give me 1 second. I'll
I'm
pull up. Keep talking.
about to bring out one more thing, and you can bring them pictures out, and I'm gonna go on to the other one.
All right, go ahead.
Go to first Maccabees for me 2 and start at 12. I'm just kind of skip through it real quick.
Come. This is the book of First Maccabees, chapter 2, verse 12. And behold, our sanctuary, even our beauty and our glory, is laid waste, and the Gentiles have profaned it.
All right. So it's dealing with the sanctuary, right? How the heathens profane our sanctuary, right? Jump down to 14.
Come. Then, how would you pronounce his name?
Matthias.
Then Matthias and his son rent their clothes and put on sackcloth and mourn very sore.
Con, jump down to 18.
Come. Now therefore, come thou first and fulfill the king's commandments, like as all the heavens have done. Yeah, and the men of Judah also, and such as remain at Jerusalem, so that thou and thy house be in the number of the king's friends, and thou and thy children shall be honored with silver and gold and many rewards.
So basically, one of the king's officers came to him and said, "Go ahead and you're an honorable man, so do this so the people will see you doing this because you're a mighty man. So you will be like our token boy in a sense. You know what I mean? You do it because you're a powerful and mighty man. So when people see that you're doing it and your kids doing it, they surely gonna do it, right? Keep going. Keep reading.
Come. Then Matthias answered and spoke with a loud voice, though all the nations that are under the king's dominions obeyed him, and fall away everyone from the religion of their fathers, and give consent to his commandments.
Do everybody else do what you want them to do? Go ahead.
Yet will I and my sons and my brethren walk in the covenant of our father.
What did he say? Read it again.
Yet will I and my sons and my brethren walk in the covenant of our fathers.
Keep going.
Come, God forbid that we shall forsake the law and the ordinance.
He say what? God for what?
God forbid that we shall forsake the law and the ordinance.
Keep going.
We will not hearken to the king's words to go from our religion, either on the right hand or the left.
Now, that's the type of spirit that we need to keep. That's the type of spirit that we need to have. That's what we should be walking like. All right?
That's right, King.
I don't want to bring out some of those pictures that show the people basically, you know what I mean, how we used to walk back then.
All right. Let's see. Where to start? I want to start with this one. It's one of my favorites. Let's start
do a little show and tell.
Yeah.
It's back when brothers and sisters knew their purpose. They
Right.
weren't just walking around here not knowing nothing, not being educated. They knew their purpose.
That's right.
Now watch. Y'all gonna have that one J that's gonna be like, we was kings.
Don't even do it, man. I don't got time.
Yeah. All right. All right, Israel. One. Pass this to this guy right here. The black guy on the right side of the screen. See that brother? This brother? That's Hannibal. All right. This is one of the most feared kings, generals, war veterans, anything, whatever you want to call him. He is one of the most feared in history. If I'm not mistaken, he's also from the tribe of Asher, if I'm not mistaken. All right. This brother, had he been successful in his campaign, we would not be here today. All right. He had the ability to go to war with the Greeks and the Romans and to put fear in both of them.
Okay.
This is Hannibal Barca. All right. You'll see a lot of other stories about Hannibal, and they'll show a white man. But this is Hannibal, a black man, an Israelite. All right.
A mighty black man.
Khan.
Salaki.
Go ahead, Keith.
Even his last name, when you look at his last name, is Hebrew.
Yep.
If I'm not mistaken, that's either the word, it's a variation of the word Barak, which means blessed, or Barakah, which is brave in the Hebrew.
Khan. All right. Let's go to this one. Hold on. Check this out. These are the black kings of Europe. No, brother right here. That is a black king. All right. There are other ones. Let me go back to the other one. Let me go back to this. There are other brothers. Look at this. Black queens. Look at that.
Royal sisters.
That's right.
You understand? This is what they fear. This is what they're scared of. If we go back to this, Israel, think about this. If we go back to that, to this, we go back to being these kings, these princesses, because we don't have queens in Israel. We have princesses. We go back to this. What you think they're gonna do? Hold on, I'm gonna highlight you. I gotta make sure you now put that book back up. Put that book back up.
Just to coincide with what the other one talking about.
Put that book back up.
Right here. The Negro Question Part 4, the Mission Link. It goes into brothers being kings and rulers over in Europe during the so-called Dark Ages and before the Renaissance. So I'm gonna hold that back up for y'all.
Khan.
There you go.
So Israel, it wasn't just in Europe too. You gotta think, what was the Northern Kingdom at that time? The Northern Kingdom was over here in America, ruling this, running this. We was kings and queens all over. All right, and I'm pretty sure y'all got more to say, and even precepts. But I need y'all to understand something, Israel. That whole we were kings and queens. That when white people do that, they do that to mock you. They mock you because they know everything they garnered as a heritage, they stole it from you. You did it first. It's already there. I brought it out earlier. We were the Scots. We were the original people in Ireland. We were the original Brits. That was us. We were those people that they spent so much time trying to mock. We were people. We were those people that I saw a clip earlier today where even their guards wear helmets and hats to mock our hairstyles that we had back in the day. We were those people. Back in the day, a court jester, the Joker would have been a white dude. It's no coincidence that the Joker that you see in Batman got a white face. He painted a white face on him. Because back then, the court jester, that guy juggling them balls, he was a white guy. He was a white dude for our entertainment. We was already doing this, man. And that's what Esau feared the most. That we gonna go back to being who we were supposed to be, and we're gonna put them back in their place. They're gonna go back to being a court jester. They're gonna go back to having to find some way to entertain us. And we know they're not good at music, so hey, that ain't happening.
Hey, Salak, Adawan.
Tom, go ahead.
It's funny you mentioned that because look at how they try to paint the court jester nowadays. They try to paint the court jester with the like he's got. If you be spiritual and you'll see he's got the Kodak black braids, Kodak black locks.
The dress.
They all got little bells at the end of it. But he still got a white face paint with the black eyeliner around him. And he's always trying to make a joke, always trying to do something because Jake known for making jokes. We known for trying to make somebody laugh, even when we in slavery, even when we at the bottom of society. We got a joke for everything. I guarantee you. If you still got social media running, that when the day of the Lord come around, when the Most High put the spirit on Russia and all the other nations to fire the missiles, you're going to have brothers making memes. Like, well, I guess it's the end of America with the crying Jordan meme face. I guarantee you, somebody not going to take it serious enough to make it. Somebody going to do that.
Hey, Chaz, give me Isaiah 14 and 1.
Con.
One of my favorites.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 14, verse 1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel.
You gonna choose who?
And set them in their and will yet choose Israel.
Keep going.
And set them in their own land. And the stranger shall be. Would you say other one?
Read.
Come. And the stranger shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob.
Come. All right. Back in the dark ages, that's what you seen Esau doing. And this and Isaiah is telling you this is what's gonna happen in the end times as well, too. In the dark ages, Esau was running to Jake. Yo, you can go and research it right now. Esau literally had to go and do a study on his own women and why they love being with black men in Europe so bad that they wanted to make sure that this wasn't going to wipe their population out in Europe. White women were running after Jake, literally, to the point where white men were going, well, if we allow this to keep going, we're going to get annihilated. We'll get overrun by the mulattoes. Literally. You got to think about this. Why the hell were they cleaving so damn hard at this point? Because you were already ruling at that time. You were telling them, yo, look, do this, and this, and we're going to be good. It's on the spirit of a woman already. It's already on. Eve in our nation already comes into subjection to a man who has control over situations. Eve does that. So what do you think the white woman is doing? Same damn thing, because she's copying Eve. If Eve knows, oh, look, This nigga is control. He's got it. I can't do nothing. I can't say nothing. Then what do you think the white woman was doing back then? And how much more so when Yahushua comes back? How much more so then? Then you're gonna have to make an example out of the white woman. You're literally gonna have to make an example out of the Shedemite. Literally. One of them you're gonna just have to beat, like the pimps beat. Just you're gonna have to whoop one to keep the other ones in order. If it's not that hard of a concept to understand. You're the Lord, you're the gods of this earth. You are the ones who make everything prominent. You make fashion fashionable. You make music popular. If you go and ask a white man what's his heritage and his culture, and you ask him about music, he's gonna tell you rock and roll. But we made that. He's gonna tell you jazz. We made that too. He's gonna tell you country. Hey, here's a little known fact, black people. We made country too.
That's right.
I went to school and studied music industry. So I'm gonna tell you this. We made country too. The white man doesn't have any part. He doesn't have anything in music where he can say, "Oh, I created that." He didn't create none of the forms of music. White man didn't create none of the forms of art. Even when you come to abstract art, Picasso got all his training from a black man. He had to learn it from somebody that already did it. We did that. So when it comes down to this kingdom, guess what? It's going to be Esau, Moab, Ishmael, and everybody else coming to us going, how do we copy you? What do we do? How are they going to learn the laws if they're not copying you? How are they going to learn to uphold righteousness if they're not watching you do it? They're already showing you today that they're watching you do everything.
That's right.
All your time is spent trying to look. Most of Israel is spending their time trying to be like Esau. When they don't, and they don't even realize Esau is spending his time trying to learn how to be you.
That's right.
His woman getting injections in her lips, her ass. She getting injections in her breast. She getting everything that she can to look like a black woman. She's sitting in the tanning bed for 5 hours trying to turn brown like you. And then Eve's turning around trying to get blonde wigs, straighten her hair. She gonna put a perm in her hair and get alopecia early for no damn reason. When your natural curly fro is as beautiful as anything the Most High ever made. Why is it that your hair can grow like a tree, like the branches on a tree, like the leaves on a tree, but you want to straighten it out like a fucking vine that droops?
That's right.
No, Eve,
Bring it up.
let it grow. Let it go and let it grow. You the standard of beauty. You're the standard of wholesomeness. You just got to come back to this law, statutes, and commandments, become a Proverbs 31 woman, and everything going to be okay. Learn to get into subjection to your king, and everything going to be okay. Everything's going to be all right. We got y'all. The black man, you can't find a spot nowhere in history where the black man let the black woman go. Ain't nowhere in history where we was like, yo, fuck the black woman. Fuck Eve, man. We done. You would never find it. It ain't nowhere. Even in slavery, you was our most important asset. We was willing to go against the slave master for you. Now it's time for Eve to come back and say, yo, look, we got your back. We got you. The whole basis of this lesson is to show us that we forgot some things, man. We used to be feared. We used to be the most dominant person. We were the lions on this earth. That's the whole purpose of this lesson. You forgot who you were, Israel. Now, get to work. Get on your... Matter of fact, I ain't even going to say it like that. I'm going to tell you like this. The Most High coming back. Yahushua coming back, man. We going from being fishers to hunters. We're not going to sit here and keep trying to find people that want to be in. Nah, we finna go from fishers to hunters. It's some people about to get their feelings hurt and there's some people about to get their heads chopped off. Hey, we can do that doctrinal, or we can wait for the Most High to come back and we can do it the physical way. Right now, we doing it. When y'all see us on these debates, when y'all see us in Clubhouse, when y'all see us anywhere in these streets, and y'all come for these, we are doing a doctrinal surgery. We are about to surgically dismantle you. Yeah? We're going to take your head off with the scriptures. But it's going to come a time where it ain't going to be the scriptures that we use. We're going to be that battle axe. And you won't have to worry about that. And Israel's scared of it. I mean, not Israel. Esau is scared of it. Israel don't want to claim it. Time to claim it. It's time to claim it. This is what we are. This is who we are. And this is what we have to do. And we're going to live it.
But Salakia, the one.
Go ahead, kid.
You know how they say, now things change, it's not the same like back then. Has God changed?
Right.
Has God changed? You know what I mean? Matter of fact, bring out that Malachi.
There's no new thing under the sun.
Exactly. Bring out Malachi 3 and 6. Exodus 15 and somebody get Isaiah 55.
Come.
Okay, I got that Malachi 3 and 6 for you.
Bring it up.
It's the book of Malachi, chapter 3 and verse 6. For I am the Lord, I change not. Therefore, ye sons of Jacob are not consumed.
Change not, man. Man, anyway, Exodus 15 and 3. I don't know where they got that. But go ahead. Exodus 15.
Said 15 and 3.
Con.
I got it. It's the book of Exodus, chapter 15 and verse 3. Yahweh is a man of war.
What?
Yahweh is his name.
Read that from the top again.
Well, I'll read it in English for those who don't get it. The Lord is a man of war. The Lord is his name.
Nah. God loves everybody and he coming in peace. Read it again.
The Lord is a man of war.
Stop. No. God loves everybody. Everybody gonna be saved. All you gotta do is repent and believe on him, and that's it. And we all good. Matter of fact, everybody, hey, you can put me in slavery and Yahweh gonna love you for it because you repented. Read that one more time.
Yeah. The Lord is a man of war. The Lord is his name.
Okay, so you just read to me that God likes to kill people. Is that what you just read? Like, he a man of war. And in war, everybody dies. So did you just read to me that God likes to kill people?
The Lord is a man of war. The Lord is his name. Hey, child, you can't be condemned. You're not going to get me, sir.
Hey, man. That's right, man. It's plain, clear, straight cut, straight to the point. All right.
You still want this precept?
Isaiah 55 and 11.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Con.
You're gonna start wrapping this up now.
Ecclesiastes.
Go ahead, King. Read.
Con. Chapter 1, verse 9. The things that have been, it is that which shall be. And that which is done is that which shall be done. And there is no new thing under the sun.
There's no new
right.
thing under the sun.
That is right.
God.
You said Isaiah.
That's right.
Another one?
Calvin out of Stoic. That's right. Christ ain't come to bring no peace. Y'all tripping with that. He ain't come to bring no damn peace, man. He came to bring some division. And damn that. Hey, you over there, go to the right side. You go to the left, nigga. That's what Christ came to say. Yo, ain't no everybody hold hands, kumbaya, and sway. Swing back and forth. We got this. Ain't gonna be none of that. Nah, hey, take your hands, separate. You with the white woman as your wife. Separate. Y'all back apart. Oh, you don't want to separate? Okay, die with her then. That's what
right.
Christ did, man.
No
That's
hands
Down and
on
lay
head.
down.
That's right. Get down and lay down. You ain't no other choices. Get down and lay down, man.
No hand joining hand.
That's right. Hey, all right, King, go ahead. Finish up your lesson and hey, you know what I'm saying? Ask people if they got some questions. What do you think?
Like we said, basically, you brought out Deuteronomy 10 and 12 and 13 earlier, so I ain't gonna bring that up right now. But no, you know what I mean? The Most High haven't changed, but we have. You know what I'm saying? We change and stop doing, you know what I mean, what is righteous in the eyes of Yahweh. We changed that, right? Because you know what was required. You see what I'm saying? That was in Deuteronomy 10, 12, and 13, doing the commandments. You see what I'm saying? This is what was righteous in the eyes of the Most High, right? Bring out Hosea 3 and 5.
You said 3 and 5?
Con.
I got it. It's the book of Hosea, chapter 3 and verse 5. Afterward shall the children of Israel return and seek the Lord their God and David their king, and shall fear the Lord in his goodness in the latter days.
In the latter days, you see what I'm saying? This is what's going to come to pass. We have a lot to look forward for. And so we have a lot to look forward to. But we got work to do, Israel. We not just going to get this stuff just like that. We actually got to put this stuff in work. Everything is an action. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, coming with a vengeance. You're right.
That's right, sis.
You see what I'm saying?
You're right, King. Everything is action. Every action get a equal reaction, right?
Exactly. So because the Most High is balance.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? There's nothing unrighteous when it comes to the Most High. Right? Even though we know this, these are the still the nations, they remember, you know what I mean, the power of the Most High. They remember this type of stuff. You see what I'm saying? When we forget, they know this stuff, right? Let me get Nehemiah 6 and 16. Let me get 2 Chronicles 20, 29, and 30. And other one, could he bring on Judith 5 and 20, 20 and 24?
Said Judith 5 and 20.
Con.
You want Nehemiah 6 and 16?
Bring it out first.
Con. It's the book of Nehemiah, chapter 6 and verse 16. And it came to pass that when all our enemies heard thereof, and all the heathen that were about us saw these things, they were much cast down in their own eyes. For they perceived that this work was wrought of our God.
They understood this. You see what I'm saying? They had that fear because they already knew what the Most High was capable of, because he was renowned. You see what I'm saying? Our might was renowned because they know when the Most High fight on our behalf. All right? Bring out that 2 Chronicles.
Come. This is the book of 2 Chronicles, chapter 20, verse 29 and 30. And the fear of the Lord was on all the kingdoms of those countries, when they had heard that the Lord fought against the enemies of Israel.
This is basically, as you see, another example of it. All right? You finished with that?
Verse 30. So that the realm of Jehoshaphat was quiet, for his God gave him rest round about.
Con. Bring that Judith 5 for me, please.
5 and 20.
Con.
It's the book of Judith, chapter 5, verse 20. Now, therefore, my Lord and governor, if there be any error in this people, and they sin against their God, let us consider that this shall be their ruin, and let us go up, and we shall overcome them.
Go ahead and go to
21?
Go to 24. Yeah.
24?
Yeah, you can read it through.
Okay, come. 20 verse 21. But if there be no iniquity in their nation, let my Lord now pass by, lest their Lord defend him, and their God be for them, and we become a reproach before all the world. 22. And when Achior had finished these sayings, all the people standing round about all the people standing round about the tent murmured, and the chief men of Holofernes and all that dwelt by the seaside and in Moab spake that he should kill them. 23. For, say they, we will not be afraid of the face of the children of Israel, for lo, it is a people that have no strength nor power for the strong battle. 24. Now therefore the Lord Holofernes, we will go up, and they shall be a prey to be devoured of all thine army.
Because they understood, you see both sides of it. That's why I told him to read through, because it shows you both sides of that. They know if we was to keep the Most High's commandments and stuff, that we are forced to be reckoned with. But then they also know if we don't, you know what I mean, that we are basically for a prey. They knew this and they understood this, but our people seem to forget this and don't care about it. We don't care about it, right? It ain't nothing to us. We act like how Esau was treated his birthright. We man, it's like we love their ways so much. We go all the way back to that time. We do the exact same thing. How he was treating it is how we treat it right now. That's being wicked, man. It said, like, even going as far, like, after all that, man, these people know what they have us to do. They have us to separate us from our God. They really go into Psalms 83, 1-6. You know what I mean? That was a separation. It was saying, laws we have to make these people discontinue from their heritage. He said we got to make this people the name of Israel to be no more remembered. And Jeremiah 17:4 touches on that, showing you how we discontinue from our heritage. All that goes hand in hand, right? What it boils down to, and what is the moral of this story? Bring out Ecclesiastes 12 and 13 for me to 14. This is the bottom. This is the nitty-gritty. This is the bottom of everything. This is the point, the moral of the story.
Con, this is the book of Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of men.
Keep reading.
Con, for God shall bring every work into judgment with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil.
Sometimes we just read that first part, we don't read that bottom part. That's also important. Read that 14 again.
Con, for God shall bring every work into judgment with every secret
work,
thing.
Every work and every secret thing will come into judgment. So the things that we pretend like is not important and that we want to hide away, or the secret sins that we do, the Most High seeing all this, and everything is going to be brought into judgment in the end. So all the folly, all the the being slothful, everything, man, everything that we do and take as a joke and easy, the Most High is gonna break all that and make it. You see what I'm saying? This is the moral of the story. Let's get back to it, man. Let's repent, get back to the Most High laws, and stand up on our feet, man, and gird up our loins, and go out here and be an example for the people, man. So that's the end of the lesson, Israel. I hope everything precisely. I hope it was edifying to the people. Any questions, please bring it up.
Question pertaining to the lesson first.
Hey, Con, hey, the water king for the lesson. It was a much needed lesson. I appreciate it.
That's right.
Hopefully everybody was edified.
On the ball. Any questions? Any questions do we have, Israel, on the lesson?
They quiet, They quiet. You might have.
Brother was thorough. Brother been studying.
Yeah.
Well, I hope that they paid attention to what came out. Because it's simple stuff that we look at, but it's not really simple. And it's something that we know already. So they really shouldn't have no questions. It's more of a, well, you know what? I appreciate that. It just kind of bring it back into remembrance. Because that's basically all I was trying to do. You know what I mean? So I appreciate, everybody being attentive and listening and chiming in and actually bringing out some priests. I appreciate y'all brothers too. All right.
Con. Hopefully, brothers and sisters remember this lesson, kids. You ain't trying to be forgot. You ain't trying to be forgotten, and you're not trying to forget the Most High. It's not
That's
someone
right.
you want to forget, and it's not somebody you want to be forgotten by. So, brothers brought out the example of Moses. Moses putting everything on the line that he had, risked his neck for us, and didn't even get to make it into the promised land.
That's right.
Because of us, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so we owe it to brothers like that who we kind of messed over. You know what I'm saying? I don't use the word effed over, but we kind of effed over Moses. You know what I'm saying? We got on his nerves. We stressed him out. We stressed out Yahweh Shah. So beautiful lesson, King. That's what everybody need to hear.
Like, hey, we still effing over Moses. Moses gave us the law, statutes, and commandments, and we don't even want to do those. So we still fucking over Moses.
Hold on. Salaki. Nah, not even just so much as that. You got pastors teaching that it's disrespectful to keep the laws of Moses to your house. It's disrespectful to your house to keep the laws of Moses. How does that work?
That's the same pastor.
Right, but they're gonna ski on some money and take your tithes, which is still found in the law of Moses. I'm baffled.
Yo, we've been forgetting the teachers of old. You know what I mean? We've been forgetting our leaders who've been bringing it out for us. You know what I mean? These brothers been bringing out the truth from way before, man. But
that's right.
It's the same thing coming out today. That's just to show you that we are still being hard-headed and stiff-necked.
That's right. That's right. All right, so I don't see no questions. Hey, all praise to the Most High. Yahweh Shemi outside Barakathon. Great lesson. Great lesson, man. Great lesson. Hey, I want to tell y'all this. Sons of Thunder is not playing when it comes to being practical. We're not when it comes to actually getting into these scriptures. You can find us on multiple streams. You can find us on YouTube. You can catch us on Facebook. You can catch us. Hey, you can now catch us in Clubhouse. You'll find
Patreon.
You can catch us on Patreon. Oh, make sure you subscribe to Patreon. That's the only place you can get some behind the scenes footage of us.
That's right.
You can also, if you subscribe to Patreon and you subscribe to the right tier, you get a t-shirt and couple other extra things that we won't mention right now. You gotta go in there and find out what we're talking about. All right,
that's right.
Got debates on there. We got a couple other things that's coming out on Patreon. So subscribe to Patreon. Don't forget, on the 25th of March, we will be having our Passover. Make sure you in attendance. Please make sure you in attendance. If you rock with us, you're gonna love coming to our Passover feast. And I say feast because we do. Well, we have a lesson in there. You're gonna get some edification in there. You're gonna get to socialize. You can get to actually talk to us, ask us questions in person. Some of y'all send us emails and you don't get your emails answered because there's so many of them. But if you come and ask us face to face at Passover, you gotta get the questions answered. We gotta do it. We gotta do it. And we said we servants of the Most High, so it don't matter when you ask that question, we gotta answer it. We gotta do it. But don't come to our Passover thinking you're gonna be contentious because you're gonna get put out. We're gonna make you leave off the rip.
We're gonna keep order.
That's right. We're gonna keep order. All praises to the Most High for this lesson, the Water King. We appreciate you.
Y'all the boy, y'all the boys.
We hope all Israel was edified from this. Any brothers got anything to say before I shut it down?
Thank you for another night. Thursday night thunder.
So of course, like Romans 10:1 always says, it's definitely always our heart's prayer and desire that all Israel might be saved.
That's right.
Even those of you brothers that come scoffing with your own doctrine that be bored with life, we still got love for you brothers either way it goes. We just want y'all to do that on y'all time, not when we trying to edify the nation.
That's right.
P.S.
We're not going to turn down no doctrine. Just it's a time and place for everything. Just be respectful. You ain't got to come in like you just know everything, especially when you're trying to come and learn something. Because what sense does that make? Like, I'm not even. Yeah, I was gonna let them figure that out.
But Esau, you can't get away either. He never liked you
at all. And we gonna get our get back. Those of us that make it through. I dare not make myself part of the number. Yeah, get back game.
The Most High gonna get his get back.
That brother wicked. No, I ain't. That brother know what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Like we said, y'all. We appreciate y'all for real.
It's definitely our heart's prayer and desire that all Israel should be saved for real.
That's right.
And we thank y'all for joining the lesson. We hope y'all were edified. Like we said, Passover is March 25th. I'm gonna hand it over to Adawan Benaiah in case he got any closing remarks.
My only closing remark is Shalom. We love y'all, Israel. Have a good night. Enjoy y'all weekend. Get ready for the Sabbath. Hey, it's going down. We love y'all, man. Shalom, Israel.
Shalom. Yabashim Yashad Brakatam.
Yabashim Yashad Brakatam.